Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and of course it is time for us to be jumping in to some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope you're doing well today, where you are around the world. Why is that? Hold up. I fixed the lighting, but evidently I knocked something. That is... I think this is in the way. That looks better. There's just a weird shadow right there, but that's fixed now. Right then. Shall we have a look at all the good stuff today? Because there's going to be a lot of sand involved. Deep Archimedea means sand, 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 and then we got distracted from sand last week, so I probably should continue that as well. First up.
Hello everyone, how is it going?
It's going quite well here, Andrew. It's going quite well, and I hope it's well for you as well there with your 21-month resub on your Prime there. Thank you very much for continuing that here. Appreciate it. Cheers. This is a very, very fresh cup of tea, so I won't have too much of a sip of that one. As we say, hey Ken, what do you get when you cross a Twitch streamer and Warframe? You get this. This isn't a joke. Anyway, moving on from that. Gonna be shaking sand out of our shoes for a week? Yeah, Ladybug, yeah we are. You might notice I'm currently on Hydroid rather than my usual Lavos, and that, I'm very happy to say, is because I ended up with a Hydroid Occucore run in the circuit. I looked at the circuit, I was like, just as a well, what is over there? And I had those two available. I was like, a Hydroid Occucore? Are you sure? Because I'll make that happen. Alright then. Equip the Circuit Hydroid build, equip the Occucore build, just the only Occucore build you need, and proceeded to eliminate everything. It was amazing. I had extra perks for particle velocity, damage whilst airborne, so I was the Flying Dutchman with extra damage overload. It was kind of ridiculous. I did have to stop, however, because, well, I was a little bit reckless with ammo, and the second time running out, I was like, you know what? People are starting to die. It was time to wrap it up at 54 minutes, and I got my tier 5 as well. Dark Wolf Steel, thank you for subscribing at tier 1 up onto 6 months. You got that lovely gold badge next to your name right now. Dark Wolf, cheers indeed for that. Really do appreciate it. Sand and Hydroid, are we going to the beach? We're bringing the beach to our enemies, that's what we're doing. We are bringing the beach to our enemies. But anyway, we do need to get a look at Deep Archimedea because if Reddit is anything to go by, this week isn't looking to be a very nice one, is it? I don't know how many of you have had a look so far. I'm sure more than a few of you have, but we need to really have a look, don't we? Miralabe, thank you very much for gifting a sub there to Jellyfish0413. Thank you very much, Miralabe. I do appreciate that. And welcome on in. Week's a bit scuffed, the second mission is spicy? Yeah, so that's what I've been hearing. Spice, 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 spice. Let's go have a look at just how brutal it is, shall we? Let's bring this up. So, we have an Exterminate with Sealed Armor, meaning enemies take 90% less damage from non-weak point hits. Brilliant. We have Post-Mortal Surges, Void Energy Burst there, who cares? Hostile Regeneration, enemy health slowly regenerates. Yeah, but we're going to kill them, so who cares? That one's fine. Disruption! I'm going to skip over the mirror defense. I've seen the Reddit post. Disruption! We have got Engorged Gruzzlings, Gruzzlings Rexmus. Okay, I mean, we'll just have to shoot those absolute bullet sponges even more. Hostile Regeneration. Enemy health slowly regenerates, just like with this one. Doesn't really matter. Myopic Munitions. Enemies will only take damage if the player is within 15 meters of them. I mean, it's Disruption. We're fine to get close quarters anyway, so not a problem. Then we have Mirror Defense. Eroding Senses. The Oracle and Vitrium take damage over time. Collecting the required Vospine glyphs, supposedly, will halt the degradation and partially heal them. Yeah, I've heard plenty enough of how much that really achieves. It's not a lot. Vampiric Luminous. Those slow-moving, immortal, Duviri Luminous drain health and energy from allies and get too close. In a mission where we are staying in one spot for an extended period of time. And Post-Mortal Surges, enemies explode. Okay. This is where things get a little bit problematic, because on a timed mission, having said mission then lose health over time, That can be a problem. So let's see what I've got in terms of options. In terms of Warframe, I can go with Vault, Dante, or Trinity. Vault, Dante, or Trinity. Now that can work well for me. That can absolutely work well. Let's get past the weapons a moment though, because these are also going to affect what I think about those Warframes. Frame Curse Syndrome. Activated ability inflicts 50 damage upon you. Sorry, Vault, that might be a problem. Lethargic Shields. Shield recharge delay is increased by 500%. None of these care.
Hype train, all aboard, woot woot.
Esprit, thank you very much for the 300 bits there, putting you indeed as the bit leader on the hype train, no less. And the only bidder so far, but all the same. Esprit, thank you very much for the 300 bits. Cheers indeed. Donkey Kong saying, would giving another person heat from thermal transfer is like save 90% of the time, a good chance it must have build up? You can mess up a lot of builds with that, Donkey Kong. Because if anyone has a floating element, say they've got toxin, electric, or cold just sat there, that heat may combine with it. So that can mess up a lot of stuff. Yo!
All aboard the hype train. Also, a year now, I guess it's true time does fly when you're having fun.
It does indeed. Umbrella, thank you very much for the 12 months full pot of support right there. Umbrella, cheers. And welcome in to other crew once again with your tier 1 there. Alright, what else we got? Untreatable. Pickups do not heal. Health orbs cannot be picked up. Vault, you are really suffering. And abbreviated abilities. Ability durations reduced by 75%. Vault is just banned. Vault is completely and utterly banned. Thanks, go. Oh, no, we've been over this. Thanks, Mr. Hungarian. let's go with that. We've been over my inability to pronounce your name. We'll sit there. Oh, and we are, losing Fastatine for the next 33 minutes. Thank you very much, Sil, for catching that one. Alrighty. That's 75% base duration, by the way. Yeah, it's multiplicative with your duration. So if you have 300% duration, this brings it down to 75% as well. So Trinity with low duration is... Mirrorlabe says, okay, I'm going to disagree on that. Trinity's damage resistance is all duration based. So if you don't have duration, dead. Just dead. The only thing about her that likes a low duration is her 2, and that's only because you can super pulse enemies. But that's pretty much it. You did it with EV, Trinity, and Shieldgate. Okay, granted, Shieldgate you can work. I don't like using Shieldgate approach. But even then, there's still the health loss, which I suppose are 4 fixes. Okay, it's workable. I'll give you that. It works on that. Vault, absolutely not. Just Vault has nothing to deal with this. His shield's shutting off, so you'll be relying on recovering shields from your casting killing you, not being able to pick up health, and having short duration everything. Vault, nah. Which leaves us Dante. Dante is where it feels the most suitable, because he can put out healing, he can put out overguard, and neither of those require duration. Losing the duration on the losing the duration on the overguard regeneration aspect, that will hurt, but it's not the end of the world. Word Warden, Page Flight, they are both gone, or at least massively nerfed, but even then we still have enough duration it can do something. Yeah. Does Trinity heal the Luminous? Why would Trinity heal the Luminous? Luminous are not allies. Like, no. But that's all looking a little bit spicy there. It's basically Dante, Dante, or Dante, and I'm very glad I have Dante here. If I had all duration-based options, I would be rather screwed. So let's look at the weapons. We have Gorgon, Zooj, or Burston. Oh, yes, indeed. With a mission where it's like, oh, you got to hit the weak points, and oh, you got to be close to things to kill them, and oh, it's going to be disruption. Burston. That one, I think, is going to go absolutely fine. What other weapons we got here? We got a Kerios Bronco Compressor. Gotta say, not exactly overwhelmingly interested in those. I'm probably going to go Compressor and use it as a status primer. And then Broken War, Nincondi, or Pennant. Not overly enthused with any of those. Pennant will probably be the pickup. Gorgon with Orm may be good. Yeah, Gorgon with Orm may be good, but the Burston will be good. I mean, that equation anyone can figure out. That's an easy pick right there. Also, looks like we got just about 20 seconds left on the hype train. If anyone else wanted to join in on that one. Otherwise, it's fine. We'll leave it go. Bronco's incarnate? Yeah, I don't know if I've actually incarnated my Bronco. Okay, that just feels like a euphemistic sentence right there. Have you incarnated your Bronco? Yeah, but I don't think I have. I don't think I have. So that one's just going to have to sit there. That is going to have to sit there. Can't have a level 9 hype train every day. I mean, I wasn't asking for level 9. Come on now, that was insane the other day. That really was. So, let's get my gear together for this. I'm going to go for a Dante, Burst, and Compressor Pennant. That should just work. If I did go Trinity, it would be all on the right-hand side, which is kind of curious. All the same. Dante, and then the right-side weapons, and try and handle this. Which could be a little bit, interesting on that mirror defense. We're going to have to deal with Necromex to speed that one up. That's pretty much a guarantee, I think. If you would like to join me on these runs, send me a message in game, the Kengineer. First come, first serve on that. Slancy, absolutely not wasting a second. I already knew Slancy was wanted to join in on this today. We got Solomir, and we got Cephalon Rage, and that is a group. Cephalon Rage, I seem to recall you like stealing the host from me. Don't. Speed of host, unhost. Very sorry, a little too slow on the draw there, my dude. A little too slow on the draw. That's just the way it goes. Alrighty, let's set up our gear. Now, thinking about this, with low durations, do I perhaps want to go for an efficient Dante? Because as much as the strong is nice, efficient, I lose a lot of strength, but I can cast a lot more. Because, do this, 35 energy versus 77.5, so I can cast twice as much. More than twice as much. I get marginally high duration. That duration isn't really going to stick around. But yeah, it's pretty much all in the strength there. I wouldn't have the equilibrium energy gain on this setup, but I mean, I can change that. Swap out Constitution, wouldn't be the end of the world. Everyone else LR2? Are they all? Aha, what do you know? What are the chances, eh? I know, Gorilla. I know you don't try to steal the host. It's just Warframe being weird. Yeah, if your secondary weapon option is changed on host, you'll definitely want to report that one as a bug. That is definitely bug territory right there. Other options, I could go for support, but that's a duration-based ability. Duration on that is going to be, what, 11 seconds? That's a yikers right there. I mean, yeah, especially with the cost of it. Ugh. Nah, we'll stick with these. The duration on this normally is going to be 70, 35, like 17-ish seconds, which will be fine. Has any ability of Dante a mix of duration efficient on his energy? Mirror, but you asking, is any ability of Dante a toggled drain ability? So it uses duration and efficiency. The answer to that is no. The only toggle he has that is, well, anything he has as a toggle is Noxwork, but that isn't a toggle drain. It's just toggle to turn on and off, and then you spend energy to cast. Yeah. It's all good, Mirror, all good. But let's see what we can do with these. I feel like efficient is going to be the way, because if I'm out of energy, I'm out of options. Pretty much is how it feels. Out of energy, out of options. And to that extent, I am going to swap out the duration there. I know I'm going to lose a bit of duration, but considering there's already going to be a massive reduction to it, I'm losing like a second there to gain a massive energy income. That feels like the better play to me. I'm going to switch out Worm for the Rigger to also support said energy income. Just make sure it is actually on said energy income. Yep, looks about right. That should do the trick. Haptic Simeon saying, choices changing came up in a Reddit thread. It seems each slot does in fact pick one guaranteed item you do own. If you sell any variant of the item before doing deep sea item rerolls. Interesting. So just following on from that then, Unhost, you said your secondaries change. Have you got rid of any secondary weapons? Have you perhaps got rid of any of those? That's an interesting one.
And there will be no coming back until the job
I don't
is
think
done.
I have the best of circumstances to test that with here. Look at
We
this.
must conquer or we must die. If we fail, we
Yeah.
fail life itself.
What I can do is run these missions through and then try dumping one of these weapons, see what happens. And Jose, I've not dual tox was the only one I own from the 3 options. Now I have none of the 3. Oh. Wait, hang on. Wait. Unhost, you own none of the 3 weapons available to you. Well, there we are, Haptic Simeon. Sorry, Reddit was wrong.
Everyone.
At least that is easily provable. Yo, Adam Malik, thank you very much for resubscribing at 30 months. Big 3-0 right there. Adam Malik, thank you very much for continuing your support on the channel here. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. But, yeah. If we've got someone here who doesn't have any weapons of a slot, that just completely disproves that Reddit thread, Haptic. There may be a bug with regards to selling an item that's on the slot causing a reroll, but that'd be separate from guaranteed you own one. Squad looks like we're going to struggle for mirror defense. I don't know that we are. I don't know that we are going to struggle for mirror defense. Let's see, I'm running it down the table. We've got Nyx, Hildren, and Inaros. Because Nyx can hold down distracting enemies with chaos, which gives us time then to focus on the actual Necromech, which I'll be using to speed up the objective. To that end, I want to improve my Bursten specifically. So this, I would like to switch it over. Ooh, 450 armor. Okay, what am I pinging myself about? Oh, it's just punch through, it's fine. I can lose a bit of punch through. So, it's currently heat corrosive. I want this to be a radiation cold. Let's see, I've got a corrosive. Where's the heat coming from? It's there. Ooh, okay. So if I do that, there we go. That works. There we are, rad cold, brilliant. It's mostly rad, a little bit of cold. That little bit of cold is going to help slow down the enemies when I'm up against the demolishers, the necromechs. That's good still, that does sound good. Alright, compressor. No former, no upgrades. Literally no upgrades. Okay, I am rethinking the use of compressor. What were my other options? Icarius or Bronco? Definitely not Icarius. I'm not going to use that as a damage dealer. I'm not going to be keeping up the ammo on it. So, Bronco? Did I upgrade you? No. This is not yet incarnate, so that is also probably going to be a bad idea. And it's in an even worse position. Okay. Compressor it is. This is what I get for having an incomplete arsenal. Let's slap 20 plat into this. There we go. Let's put on some status chance. Might as well throw some damage in for free. Put in an adapter. I would like. We've already got viral on this. I don't know why it's set to viral blast. We could do better than that. We could do viral heat. So if I do that and Toxie here, lethal, and actually I can go for that as well. Give us a 3-type mix, and then. I don't want extra damage. Cascadia Flare is not the answer here. I think Encumber is probably going to be the answer what I'm looking for. Yeah, let's go Encumber. Hello, Kun. Twitch died? Wait, what? Twitch never skipped a beat. I could see it out the corner of my eye, always moving. Alright, refresh if you're still down. Alrighty, thank you Twitch for being, as ever, a reliable piece of shit. God knows what happened there. Yep, God knows what happened there. Okay, don't know how much of that you missed, but basically here is the compressor I'm looking at for now. I don't really feel like formering it, because I don't use it enough. And the question is, what would I put on there, even if I did? Yeah. No, I think that we can just leave it as is for now. Yeah, I'm not going to oververse. Fire rate? We've already got fire rate on there. We've got lethal torrent. That's 60% fire rate straight up. More than that, we're going to start just emptying our mag too rapidly, which is not helpful. Not helpful. And then a pennant. So, with the pennant, let's see. Currently set up with melee vortex. Ah, yes. That was used for something. Let's make that melee exposure? Yeah. Melee exposure, and then if I recall, doesn't the heavy attack have guaranteed slash? Yes, it does. Yeah. So with the viral and then that should do us fine there. Running Naramon, because Naramon allows me to switch to melee if ammo becomes an issue. That should do the trick. Yes, 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 yes. Wouldn't saying this week's Archimedea is a lot easier compared to last week's. Interesting. Interesting. That's quite the claim right there, considering how Reddit pretty much shit a brick. Looking at it. Alright. This should be everything I need to get us going. Yeah, everything is looking set up and ready to go. So, half ready. Let's turn on these, this, and this, and see if we can get this in one go. I know some people are like, oh, you don't need to go for the 50 Vosper. Oh, come on, we can just be better. We can just be better. Alright then. Let's lose a Solomir straight away. Solomir, what the hell happened? What did you do? You clicked wrong. How did you click wrong? What was there to click that you could click wrong that would take you out of the entire squad? How did you manage this? You missed the tick. Welcome back.
Yes, your eyes are deceiving you.
Alright then. Apparently cancelling a mission takes you out? I guess. Skill issue. You don't think you got a single weapon above MR5? What have you got then? You're running Trumna Dual Toxicist? Hello? I mean, Incarnon. Oh wait, Umbrella, not Seven Rage. I'm mixing up people here. I do apologise. Different people. Yeah, you've both got the same icons in front of your names, and that threw me off. I will apologise on that. I read, I'm terrified. I haven't even attempted my DA because of weapon selection. Missed the bit where it's two people with the exact same badges. My bad. Alright then. Let's see if we don't die doing this.
The enemy has massed and moves to strike at the heart of our lands. And from there, the manor. Phase 1. Repel assault.
Alright, that's the team fully buffed up with a whole bunch of that. Inaros doing Inaros things. Trying to get the ammo. Did I just see a 41 damage hit? Barely says, and I did just see a 41 damage hit. Not sure what I did it with, but I saw it. So yeah, for these guys, just aiming for those weak points is going to be order of the day here. How are you still standing? You don't have any weak points. How are you still alive? Hacks! Hacks! Alright, I'm just going to leave this one. I can't see your weak point through the damage numbers. There we are. There's a Gruzling shooting past. That's a Gruzling shooting past. And that's a dead Gruzling. Why are we getting these guys still alive? Who's creating these undying Culverians? Who's doing this? Who is making these Culverians not explode? Because, well, now they're just going to sit there. I ain't dealing with that. Nope. I ain't dealing with that if I don't have to. That is just going to use up all of my ammo. See? That's what's supposed to happen. Wait. Is that what's happening? Is it that D have accidentally coded it where their self-destruct sequence doesn't do enough damage? Really? "75% duration debuff is a harsh one?" Yeah. I get these were meant to be tough, but like that shuts down a lot of builds. Pretty much says just go use your gun, right? I don't care what that was back there, I'm not going to grab it. Now just look at these hands. Is it claiming that they have a weak point at the wrist? If they could sit still, I'd find out. Oh, that's bad. And I just accidentally turned off my Incarnate form.
Counterattack successful. Fingers off triggers.
Alright, you know what? I don't need to keep fighting that thing. We could just go. That was just messy. Kind of wild that the non-headshotable enemies also then become near immortal enemies because we blow up their headshots to kill them. That's certainly a story steady. Also, hey, Tough Forged. Nice. Okay. So now for the one where things probably get really, really bad. This is probably where things get really, really bad. So I'm just going to start tanking everyone. There we go. And I think we want to... Yeah, we want to do this ASAP. Okay, those things are not fun. Alright then, let's first of all put a whole bunch of status into it. Those of you who have crowd control, please focus on defending the objective. I'm going to kill this thing. Eventually. I think its weak point is there. Put a lot of compressor into it. Boom. Alright then. That takes 45 seconds off the timer. That makes it where we can finish this a lot sooner. Don't forget to grab the glyphs. I mean, I'm not the only one in the mission, but thanks for the reminder of how to play Mirror Defense. I never remembered how to play Mirror Defense before. I'm noticing things down there. That does not look pretty. Eight seconds left. We should be holding. Alright, cool. We need to get to the other side. Don't know how much picking up glyphs along the way is going to help us, but we might as well grab a few, I suppose. There we are. Can I? Yes, I can. That might help. Okay, once again, up the overguard for everyone. Beautiful. And then the console is down here. Let's get that active. I've got 140 bullets. That should be enough to get this going. Wait for it to pop out. It's coming out really slowly. Halfway down. Three-quarters. Reload the gun. Popped. There we go. That does us a world of good. Ancient Healer Spectres can heal the objective. I don't know if they can heal them. They can certainly give damage resistance to a lot of objectives. Maybe this one too. It's currently losing 100 hit points a second, I'm noticing. 100 health per second. Let's give a re-up on defenses for everyone. Bit reinforced, which is good. It's not gaining much in the way of health, or if it did, it gained just a bunch and then stopped. But it has paused the decay for a while. And there we go, we're good. We're off to the other side now. Torgar on YouTube, so this over on the Monsters of Ancient Healer. Fair enough. I'm sure there are some people who are just ridiculously good at the game. For those of us who touch grass, we may not have quite such skill. Such as my inability to parkour apparently today. And why am I not using abilities? I am using abilities. Why do you think everyone has Overguard? That's the only ability I'm focusing on because of the lack of duration, and that slash slash boom just doesn't feel like a good use of my energy right now. There's Luminous. I want the console. Is console ready? I hope it's ready. Let's do this. This thing is already a little bit down on health, which is not great. Not too early on that. Come on. And let's burn this through. 75% down. 50% down. Sit still, please. 25% down. And I run out of ammo right at the last. That's fine. There we are. So that again will give us a bunch of time back. The one that grants the side time. Do you notice me needing the side time right now? Does this make you feel better? Look at that. Bam! Wow! So much damage to that immortal thing. I was kind of focused on other things, but hey, if you want to play the game differently, you are still welcome to do so. Just putting it out there. You can play Dante differently to me. Just putting it out there. You might notice that the mission is being, however, successful, so guess I'll just keep playing my way. If it sounds a little aggressive, it's because you're trying to backseat game. No one enjoys that on a stream. No one asks for it. Literally no one asks for it. Alright, let's pop to the other side. You've got the N for no, Miralabe. Nice try. Alright, let's re-up everyone's defenses. I notice Cephalon Rage is a little bit low, so we'll just do a few of these casts. There we go. I mean, everyone should have more than enough hit points now. Alright, let's use these guys to get some fresh charge. That was not as much as I was hoping for, but you know what? We take it. There we go. That's the charge I'm looking for. Beautiful. Let's proc this thing to hell and back, and then start shooting it where it hurts. I cannot see through my damage numbers. And how is it spinning on the spot? It's specifically not supposed to be able to do that. When you put this many cold procs into it, it's meant to be pretty much close to immobile. Got it. Free up everyone's defenses, because I noticed a couple people getting low. And we are good to just keep on dealing with all the rest of them. You can summon the mech. You could summon the mech on mirror defense. It takes 45 seconds off the time, yeah. And it looks to me like, as a team, we have got this under control. There we are. Beautiful. Yeah, Ladybug, I've specifically set up my Burston to handle them. That's why. And another Tau Forged. Beautiful. That was clean. It was very clean. We got a good squad here. We have got a good squad. So let me say, reminder that Operator Dash kills Liminus. I'm not sure that anything is supposed to kill them, considering that they are described as immortal. So anything that kills them may well be considered a bug.
Excellent. Arterial conduits are now producing material essential to Lloyd's continuation of Master Enchanter's experiments.
Let's again give everyone a whole bunch of overguard, and by extension status resistance, damage resistance in general, just good stuff. Try and get some quick charge, never mind, they pop too quick. Seriously, charging the Burston against a Murmur is an absolute pain in the ass, because the few things you can properly headshot die quickly. And then you get all of these things which are, you know, these Culverins, and they're not real headshots. These are about the best thing for charging on. And there's just not that many of them. Is that a key over here? And then you get anatomizers. What's a weak point, they say? D specifically had to make it where they do not gain the damage resistance of the you must hit weak points only modifier, because anatomizers don't have any weak point at all. Enthralling the Liminus means it can be damaged? Yes, that's gotta be a bug. I just realised my entire tank ran out. Whoopsies. Let me fix that. I think I was standing in some explosion zones, forgetting we're on level 375. Bloody anatomizers. There we go. Viral procs for the day. Are we getting any keys out of these guys? I mean, one's picked up. Insert docket, else someone's got the second. And we got a Gruzling, which is going to be an Xmas. It says insert docket. Who's got it? Still's got it. There we are. Overload this thing with status, and then just with sheer gun magic. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's almost too good. If you're not using hunter munitions, would Primary Deadhead be better than Primary Merciless? Primary Deadhead is if you're getting direct damage headshot kills, specifically. Full charge. We got a key anywhere? Oh, there it is. Where's that one taking you? Over this way? Let's see, what's the duration on this? 13 seconds of Word Warden, yeah. It's pretty much a waste of time. Oh. That thing dashed through us. It is procced all hell and back. Look at that. This thing cannot move. How built is your Dante from Rookie to Broken? Considering I have put out a guide on Dante, going all the way up to let's just dial this up to 11, pretty good. I'm using the efficient build here so that I can spam out the defensive stuff. Because I don't want to gamble on running out of energy. Oh, have I not created a Dante command? My bad. My bad on that one. Let's see, you guys got this? Yeah, you guys have got this. I'll just put some viral in it. Clever and Shambles? Ah, Clever could do plenty as well. Different frames, different tasks. Clever puts out the Omega crit and can chain together enemies to turn that Omega heavy crit melee attack into just a nuke. The problem with Dante is you can't seem to manage his energy consumption well enough, but I think that's a skill issue. It could be a skill/build issue. You should probably watch my guide on Dante over on YouTube. I go into talking about energy management as well. Come on, Dockets. Drop for us. Wish you could clear Elite. Again, it's a build issue. Up your builds and make a squad with other people who are trying to win, not looking to get carried. Ah, there's a key. That works. Which one did I just pick up? White one? Bang. Bang. A little bit more defense for everyone. And then we just immolate it. Oh, this thing is getting torn apart by us. I wasn't even shooting at the weak point. Does Nocturne make your frame rate die in circuit like Grimoire does? I have a better computer than you. Is all I can really say to that. No. Hello, Necromech. Prepare to get annihilated. And that's that. Easy peasy. Yeah, Moon, we can switch over the music when we're not in the middle of the disruption. I hope I'm kidding. I'll just tank up and then switch it anyway. I got enough tank that I can just sit here for a moment, right? There we are. Easy. Oh god, it's not enough to handle high level. Says idiots who don't understand not everything is about endurance. Do slow effect stack? Yes, from different types of slows. So I don't think 2 glooms will create a mega gloom, but gloom and cold procs should create a mega slow. Yes. On that note, I haven't tested double gloom, so it might work, but I don't think it does. Do a full elite for full rewards? Yes, indeed. I've got every requirement met, all of them. In fact, I've done this so quickly, I didn't even think to record any of it outside a stream. For video purposes, perhaps. Oh well. And we are blasted through this. We got that last key. There it is. Let's go pop it in. It's coming in from over this side. Easy peasy. Layer it up and take it down. Quick switch to gun. DPS. There we go. That's all of it, right? Yep. That is it. Easy peasy.
Let me see. These are, well, they're ideal.
Oh, Lloyd's very happy.
Construct. You have been most helpful.
Lloyd is really taken aback by how happy he is. Okay. He's happy, we're happy, Loot's happy, everything's happy. Beautiful. Look at that. We've got the Vosper, got another Talforge. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, all of that. In total, 2 Talforged Azures. We got a Talforged Crimson, got a normal Amber, got a Melee Arcane Adapter, shame on that, 70 Vosper, and just a bunch of bits and pieces all around as well. Oh, yes. That is lovely. That is lovely. Still say I have a new appreciation for Nyx's kit. Yep, she gets stuff done. It's just she's not as flashy as a lot of stuff these days. Like, a lot of Warframe is geared towards just kind of obliteration, and she's not the top tier at obliteration. But when you need to slow things down a little bit or turn things away, she gets that done at the same time. What's Vosper used for? Vosper is a resource used in Arcane Dissolution. So you get it normally from Dissolving Arcanes, but now you can also get it from the Deep Archimedea. And considering I got 70 from Deep Archimedea, okay, if I go for Primary Merciless, I have 600 worth in that stack. So 70 doesn't really go that far. Yeah, 70 is 3.5 of these. So it's not great. It's really not great. But I think it's mostly there as a filler and no requirement for you to go full out. But we went full out because we can. Or I did. So yes. Very much so. Show up the amount? I think it's meant to be just kind of a token reward for reaching the absolute max. It gives you the freedom to turn off one of these challenges. So if you don't want to have the minus 75% your ability duration, you take that off, you miss out on 50 Vosper, you still get the guaranteed either Melee Arcane or Talforged Arcane Shard. Yeah. It's, to me, it seems like a token reward. And I'm sure everyone would love more rewards. Who wouldn't love more? Who wouldn't love that to be a full arcane pull and another full arcane pull or something to that effect? Of course people want more. But that's the design I'm seeing there. D aren't exactly unaware as to how much 50 Vosper is. They know how much it is. So you have to kind of back interpret the intent there. If they know it costs 200 to roll for 3 arcanes, Why did they make it 50? Because they don't want to incentivize an entire arcane roll out of it. If anything, 70, it's basically an arcane. Because you do that 3 times, that's 3 lots of 70, 210, that's a pack, plus 10 extra. So each time it's 1 arcane, because you get 3 in a pack. Think of it that way. I'm just glad Mirror Defense mission did have 100% enemy use of Overguard. Yeah. If I recall, the Overguard is a deviation, so it can't stack with Eroding Senses. I think that, yeah. I'm going to check that. Now that I've said it, I'm going to check it. Deep Archimedea. List of deviations. I was wrong. All enemies of Overguard equal to 50% their max health is a risk variable. Never mind, those can stack. Oh shit. Well, that's going to be great when that comes up. That is going to be great. Wonderful. Thanks, world. It's fine. So long as that doesn't happen, we're fine. And the chance of that happening is, well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 risk variables. So the chance of not getting that risk variable is 10 over... So 9 over 11. So the chance of not getting that risk variable is 81.8%. Which means that the chance of getting it is 18.2%. We could then multiply that by the chance of getting Mirror Defense. There's, what, 6 missions that could be here? So there's a 50-50 of it being Mirror Defense. And then for the Mirror Defense deviation, there are 1, 2, 3... Sorry. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mirror Defense ones. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 alls. So it's 1 in 9. So we have a 1% chance of being Mirror Defense, Eroding Senses, and the Overguard one. 1% chance, roughly. Spooks GW, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel there. And enjoy your lovely blue sub badge. Cheers, my dude. Alright. Thank you very much on that. Braille saying it's possible they are coded to not show up together. True. That is possible. It is also possible that D might turn around and say, oh yeah, sorry, our bad, let's make the VOS for 500. Now, have you heard anything that suggests that they are going to increase the VOS to 500? And by the same token, have you heard anything that suggests that they have made it where Eroding Senses and the Overguard risk variable can't happen together? Have you come across anything like that? Because that would be quite the specific thing for them to take out when they could, if they didn't want those two to come together, they could put them on the same deviation list, then they just couldn't be there. So did they make this singular exception and then not announce it? Or more likely, is it actually just going to be what they've given us? If we run that together, those things are going to come together at some point. It's only a 1% chance, but that means, given enough time, that is going to show up. That might be a rough day. That might be a rough day. Sil, Rage, Solomir, thank you very much for joining me on the... what's it? Deep Archimedea. Now, we have still got 3 runs of Netra Cells, normal Netra Cells we could do as well. So if you'd like to join me on that, stick in the squad, Sil and Rage. And if anyone would like to join me on this as well, we've got a space open because Solomir popped off. So send me a message in game, we'll go run some Netra Cells. I'm going to say, at least it's not like the 1% you normally cover like drop rates. Yeah, this is a 1% we don't want to have happen, so it's fine for it to be rare. That's fine. Now, I do want to point out, I specified mirror defense there. Those The Overguard one is still a lot more common and can interact with other deviations. So we're saying left for big trade. If no one else can join, I'll fill in. Alright. So, like I said, we have got space available for anyone who'd like to join in on some Nutricells. First come, first serve on that, aside from Solomia looking to step back, it seems. Otherwise, we'll run the same squad of 4 and see what happens. And Tagfa's just going to make noises, as he does. Whilst we're at it, I am going to switch over my equipment here. Let's switch this up a little bit. Let's go with... let's see what happens. If I just grab a random Inaros, surely that can't go badly, right? Let me just make sure I've got nothing stupid going on. I have no arcanes. Let's see what happens if I run no arcanes. That should be fine, right? And then we got a red cold. That should do. Let's grab something for you. Let's go. Let's go laser beam. How often do I get to throw out a laser beam? And then for melee, I do love me a good Inodem. Yeah, that should do the trick. Alright, we got a message. It is from Howdy Hell. Come on in. A messaging game, exclamation mark join. Unfortunately, now we haven't got a full squad, but you'll know for next time.
Back to what we were.
I say, I don't know if you missed this, but do you enjoy casting combat or gun combat more? It depends on how I'm feeling, but both of them sit above melee combat. Melee I don't hugely enjoy. I've just never connected with melee. Yeah, Trader 1, the drops have finished. The directory-wide drops, that is. They are done now. But you can still join the raffle. Okay, so we're just waiting on Hatari to load in. There we go, beautiful. Time to bring a little bit of a Inaros into the action. Hello, Gene. Spabby is saying, don't like most melee, but I feel lost whenever I can't slam for mobility. Oh yeah, having a slam for mobility is nice. It's just that my primary focus for damage output is going to be guns or casting. Melee doesn't really have a lot to it. No matter what melee you're using, it's pretty much 1 or 2 actions and that's the entirety of it. And there's no real aiming, it's put in direction of enemy. Which just doesn't connect a huge amount to me. Guns, you at least need to aim. To an extent. And casting, usually balancing more than just one casting ability. Alright, let's grab all of these. I know I'm running a Inaros, but it should be fine, right? Totes. Just give myself some status immunity. It does also cost a lot of my health, but that's fine. Now let's gain a whole bunch of health. And just destroy everything. Oh, that was beautiful. Alright then. I love it when I could just stab a whole group at once. That was pretty nice. Okay, gonna head my way forwards. Let's see, we've got a Stynax, we have got a... is that a Gauss? Then a Degath. Search radius is being narrowed. Gruzzling, I literally do not care about your existence. I'm just going to keep on bullet jumping through this mission until I get to that console, pop the console, and then we'll know where the Netra Cell is. Literally the number 1, 2, and 3 thing I care about in this mission. Do I have any tips on how to get a friend into Warframe? Not really, no. It depends on your friend, depends on what they like, and how you're going about it, quite frankly. I have no tips to offer you on that one. If they enjoy the game, they enjoy the game. I will say if your friend does get into it, though, don't try to shower them with upgrades. If they ask for things that you are happy to offer them, then offer them. But just because you can help your friend get more stuff sooner, doesn't mean you should. You take... oh, balls. You take away their ability to enjoy the game if you just finish it for them. Scoop up, and stab. They perish very quickly at that point. You like to gift new players equipment slots? I mean, that's an option. That is an option. I feel the best way with new players, certainly new players that you know, is just interact with them. Let them tell you what they are working towards, what they would like. And then, if there's something you think they would like, ask them. You know, this whole communication thing that we're doing right now, you can also do it with your friends. It's surprisingly effective. And don't pitch it in a way of, hey, I'm going to give you this if you want it. Because a lot of people will not want to turn down gifts out of feelings of obligation. So instead, just check with them. What are they really not liking? If they... oh, the Protein grind is honestly shit. I hate farming for it. I don't want to do it anymore. I just want Protein, but it's just so bad. I mean, I can gift it to you. Would you like that? I mean, you don't have to. Sure, gifted. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. And Solancy, I know exactly why it's a mood for you, because been there, done that, eh? That's pretty much how it went down, if I recall. Which, understandable. The Protein grind is a grind. But on the flip side, if, say, hey, yeah, I'm new to stuff, I feel like I'm not doing a lot of damage at the moment, you go, oh, I can fix that. Here, have a max rank Serration and a max rank Hornet Strike and all the 60/60 mods, and you know what, Galvanized mods, you can use Galvanized mods, they're great. But, oh, cool, wow, this is great. I don't know when I'm supposed to get this stuff, but thank you. And now the entire star chart is just piss walk to them. Every bit of challenge is gone. The entire star chart at that point feels like nothing. And all of a sudden the game gets boring, I wonder why. Just every challenge vanishes. I know all of us are here, but it feels like we're not all here because there's so few enemies. Didn't give them stuff? Okay, good to know. I don't know the rest of the context of that half sentence, so alright. Did I also drown still in Steel Path Arcanes when he got Steel Path? He really appreciated that, from what I recall. And the fact that I pointed out they were dirt cheap. At that time, they were like 10 plat apiece. Like, hey, welcome to Steel Path. It is one hell of a burden to get into. Would you like something that instantly changes that for you? You still need to farm up the arcane slots. I mean, I'll let Sil speak for himself on that one. Sil, was that the right move? Let me know. Honestly, was that the right move? He might take a moment to respond because he is also in the mission here, so, you know, give the guy a sec. There we are then. Sil confirms, was the right move. Helped a lot because getting into Steel Path is quite the difference. Especially if you've not already farmed the Galvanized mods. Because if I recall, you get access to Steel Path at the same time you get access to the farm for Galvanized mods. So it's not like, hey, here's Steel Path, those things you picked up along the way should now be useful. It's, hey, here's Steel Path, you don't want to start it yet, you don't actually have the power to do it properly. Or likely don't have the power. Because Galvanized does make that much of a difference. Let me just pick up that cool variant. There we are. Fairly certain that's not what happened, but it looked like it. But I wouldn't why my friend quit. It was context. I jokingly said you didn't give him enough stuff. Right, okay. Yeah. That's a common theme in this stream. If someone responds to one of the many statements I've said with half an answer, I'm not going to tell what you're replying to. Sorry. I'm really bad at picking that up. And I've said something, 30 seconds passes by, I've said another, few things, because 30 seconds of silence is quite long. I would demonstrate, but I don't like it. So, it becomes hard to follow. I'm sure you're familiar. As I was saying, when my friend started playing, I just showed him how to upgrade mods, gave him like 3 statues for Endo. Yeah. Little bits here or there, just nice gifts, sure. Taking away the person's ability to, engage with the game, not so great. That's the distinction. Again, let the newer players experience the game. It's why I express caution with regards to the... Oh, my negation armor just kicked in. I was not being careful. I was absolutely not being careful there. I'm gonna need a bit more health. Can these things give me health, please? There we go. That gave me a bunch of health. I mean, we've done the mission now, but still. Yeah, it's why I expressed some caution with the Initiate Power Pack, because it explodes the access you have in terms of power well above the missions you'll be in at the time, which means that the entire star chart could just feel like nothing.
Not what I was looking for.
Just nothing.
But if you're happy.
I guess Inaros is godly at deep Archimedea. I mean, Inaros can run it, I suppose. I don't know why he'd be godly. But he can run it. Carry things with me. Okay, I accidentally travelled into a Blitz Eximus. That is dangerous for Inaros. Hey, another Amber Archon shard. Lovely. Add it to the pile. Phil was saying nice to have is a lot of plat for slots, frames and guns, so one doesn't have to ditch your weapons due to lack of space. That, I would say, is a matter of personal opinion. The slots themselves, sure, why not? The platinum to get there is a riskier one. If you hand a new player 1,000 platinum that they didn't buy themselves, that can lead to them feeling like they need to spend that platinum on bypassing various grinds, bypassing various parts of the leveling and grinding experience that is Warframe. So yeah, slots are fine. Slots doesn't give someone progression. Slots makes it where they don't have to give up what they've then progressed with. Very different.
I was thinking. Hi. In my humble
Slots are a safe one. Yeah, mostly ask your friend what do they want. And yeah, so Lance's pointing out there, resource drop booster is useful in the early stage of the game for getting off the ground. Yep, resource booster, affinity booster, credit booster, drop chance booster. Again, check with your friend if they would like them, but as those are all kind of single stack multipliers. You can't stack and stack and stack them. They're relatively safe as is, and are just nice to have, because you still need to play the game to get the benefits of said boosters. It's not like someone snaps their fingers, you have 50 Oracle cells. Instead, if you would have had 5, you would have 10. Wow. Nice, but not that much. Exactly, Brios. Yeah. Takeaways, listen to what your friend is saying, and try not to trivialize the grinds they might want to do themselves. Excellent summary. Top tier summary right there. Nip. Scoop some peeps up. Stab. There we are. Got my health. Right, which way do I want to go? This way. Phil saying, I think booster early in some cases makes people overplay when it's time to play. 30-day booster early game gives you the idea that you have to play it like it's your job. I feel like that is a personal issue and not a gift issue. If someone looks at a booster and goes, oh, I need to get every last minute out of this gift, I cannot waste a moment of it, that is FOMO. That person will experience that issue whether you give them the gift or not, because of all the other things in Warframe which can be considered in some way FOMO. That is a personal playstyle issue. People could do that without being gifted things. I'm going to ignore the Gruzzling. One of the biggest indicators of burnout is someone who looks at an option in a game and goes, well, now I have to do it.
How can you even You're made of stronger stuff than me.
Have to in a game, unless it is because I want to get this other thing in the game. Like, if I want to get an Archon Shard from a Netracell, I have to play the Netracell. That's fine. Do I have to play the Netracell because it's available? No. I could go do something else. I could not play Warframe right now if I really wanted to. If I was having a down Warframe, I wouldn't stream Warframe. I'd apologise to you all, I'd explain, look, it's just not a good idea for me to do, and I wouldn't do it.
We ain't done. Local threats are triggering a security override. Clear out the uglies to pop the door.
So yeah. I get where the thought comes from, I get where the emotion comes from of, oh god, I must use this before it runs out, otherwise I've wasted it. Especially if it's a gift. I've wasted my friend's gift. 1, don't put your pressure on a friend. Make it very, very clear. It's just meant to go with whatever they're doing. Don't burn out on it. And 2, for the person themselves, it's a video game. Don't burn out on it. If it ain't fun, don't do it. If you find yourself telling yourself, I must do it, you are taking away the game. Yeah. This happens a lot with limited time events. Like, for example, Plaguestar. There are people that go absolutely ham on Plaguestar to get Former, to the point that they now hate the game and then don't actually use the Former. So, well, where'd all the enemies go? Good question. Is anyone not with us? Nope, we're all here. Not this bug again. Alright, you stay here. I'll go flush them out. I don't remember where it was. It's this way. Yeah, everyone else stay here. I'll go flush them out. Let's bring these ones up. There you go. You guys do all those ones. I'll go get some more. Here's a few of them. Here's a few more. Excellent. Let's pick these ones up as well. Off over this way. Come on. Got plenty of energy to pick up all of you. That's it. Over here. And then scoop you up once more. There we go. Now you're in the zone. Now you can die. One Former every 24 hours is bad. Okay, I mean, that's your opinion. I don't feel the same, but sure. Looks like I say I wish Plague Store was permanent. I can see why it isn't. Again, people will want things for free constantly. Hell, the vast majority of people who interact with this channel want it for free. They will watch the streams for free. They'll watch the videos for free. They will join the Discord for free. And anything that isn't free, they just will not have whatsoever. And some will even say, oh, you should make it free. No. There is a line. And DE does the same. If you want more, cool, you clearly enjoy it. Please spend the money, thank you. What in place do I even have that people keep begging for? It built former, that's it. The arcanes are kind of secondary. The number one request is, but former. From the people who don't wish to trade and don't wish to buy platinum to buy the former themselves. And are otherwise unsatisfied with having one per day at build rate otherwise. You get 365 a year if you want to go completely for free. And then the occasional event. And drops. And I've done a video on how you can farm former as well. No. Thanks, XT. It's the Golden Instinct video, so... Yeah, I don't recommend that as the way to get former, because, well, it's really not. But it is a way to do it. I am low on health, I need to finish some things. Thank you for the health. I am still low on health. I need to finish some things. Thank you for the health.
Security level dropping.
What am I shooting? Ow. Yeah, without any stacks, that is tanky. Let's burn up some of my health, get some armor up. There we go. Now I've got some damage stacks. Now that looks better. There we are, much better. Nowadays they put RNG like deep Archimedea and people really don't hate this, really. Do you want to be a bit more specific? Lynn, you clearly have a issue of some sort with the design of the game, some part of it, something to do with RNG, but I'm not getting the specifics. Could you be clearer on that? Oh, you got that, cool. I don't know what the issue is, so I'm not going to invent it for you. It may be a perfectly genuine issue, maybe a personal one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. Skatepunk saying, people talking about it taking years to do something like it's a bad thing if you're enjoying the game, and it's based the idea of looking forward to years of fun is a good thing. Kind of. If it takes years to get all of the content in a game, that could be great. If there's years of engaging content to have, sure. If it's years as in, it'll take you 2 years to get this one arcane, that's a problem, which I made a video about. Because there are some things that shouldn't take quite so long, and getting one singular upgrade ranks pretty highly up there. Things that shouldn't take this long. What arcanes do I have on Inaros? Currently none. I'm trying to run him without arcanes at the moment to get a feel for his strengths and weaknesses, to then decide which arcanes I want to put in. Prime Sure-Footed? Yeah, Prime Sure-Footed being so much of a staple and so late game, as in 400 logger days, is kind of wild. But there are ways around that, like Inaros Boys. There is the combination of Sure-Footed and, is it Fortitude? So you got budget versions, any form of status immunity, of which there are lots. So Prime Sure-Footed, whilst problematic in that it is 400 days, no trading, no get closer, there are a lot of counter options. Like, a lot. Yeah, that comes under status immunity. Sigmat saying, Matthew is saying, in Archimedea, I don't like they put 3 random frames, weapons you don't even have. I mean, that's the point. I get that you don't like it, but that is also the point. To say, hey, your arsenal isn't actually that filled out. Work on it. Here are 3 things in each category. You have an entire week to go and get at least 3 of these items, because you can skip 1 and miss out on the Vosper. If you can't get at least 3 of these items sufficiently upgraded to do the mission in a group of 4 people, sorry, you're not endgame enough to get the last of the last rewards. That's the point. Hey, Tough Forge, Crimson Shard. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Tough Forge Red Bro? Yeah, happy about it. Someone said, unlike Circuit of 7 days stability shift, you want to do the very end game. Yeah. Yeah, Circuit, you have 2 hours at most before it rotates away. So that is no time to build anything. That's only to mod something, maybe slap a former or few in if you really want to be that invested. And that's for 1 run for the same circuit rewards you could get if you just run a single round, dip out, come back and re-roll. This, you're locked in, but you've got a whole week to get there. And if you're not at that point where you can reasonably get a setup in a week, yeah, you're probably not advanced into the game. Not as advanced as you might like to think you are. You might have a couple good frames and a couple good weapons. You might have a few meta ways of tearing down the enemies here or there. But if you don't have enough in a squad to pull it off, and again, my emphasis is on squad, work together, then you're probably done for. In the Elite Archimedea we did earlier on stream here, this Mirror Defense setup, my Dante was not going to be sufficient for that. Absolutely not. But because of my Dante, I could put out a lot of defense, which meant that, for example, Nyx, who is classically not as well defended, could focus on crowd controlling the enemies, and I could focus on taking down the Necromech. We set up our builds, and we took it down. That's the point. That's the point. There you are. Just checking, Sil, were you using Nyx's 4 most of the time? Also, let's slap some arcanes on this now. So let's go Arcane Grace and Arcane Sodder. Let's just go all in on the tank. Not Barrier. What am I thinking about? Guardian. Let's go all out on the defense for a moment and see what happens.
Murmur or no murmur,
Didn't touch your 4, most of your 2 and 3 pacifying bolts and chaos. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb then and say that the Overguard was probably helping a hell of a lot there still, in terms of your survivability. Crowd control only goes so far. Which is good. Your build and my build complemented each other. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want.
you know? Be with you in 5.
Void saying, all the frames I have are basically unable to do anything with the debuffs compounding on them this week. Can handle the health drain, all the low duration, all the ability damage, just not all at once. The ability damage? Oh, right, taking health on it. So, I can give you a little bit there. The health drain, ability damage, kind of 2 of the same thing there, so you need a way of restoring health. Companions can help with this. Vazarin Void Dash can help with this. Operator Arcane, the one that when you transfer in you gain 300 health, that can help with that as well. So you've got ways around it there. Or have an ally cover that for you. The low duration, you can skip that one if you don't mind losing out on 50 Vosper. Otherwise, go for a setup which isn't duration focused. Like Revenant, for example. Revenant's Mesmer Skin isn't duration focused. Dante's Overguard, no duration to it. Rhino's Iron Skin, no duration to it. survival is going to be your #1 choice.
Good luck to you. Only one way out of the anchor hold.
It's going to be a challenge, and you're best off finding a team that can help you work with that challenge. Worst case scenario, you find someone who's already run it, and they can then bring their ideal things to give you the support you need. Because someone can bite the bullet and just not have the boots, as it were. I forgot to put my status immunity on. Let me fix that. There we are. And got a lot of health. Alright then. Oh, Scans picked up this over here. Might as well grab it. I don't know how we do this one, so I'm going to come back to it another time. It's not worth figuring out right now. We got an extra cell to open. They're going to need me there because I'm the one with the keys. Hello, Ghost.
That's the Netracell.
Oh, Netracell is found. Wow, very nice.
Wasn't the right key glyph. Try again.
On my way to the waypoint. No, I'm not looking for the solution. I'm literally not going to sit around in that room when I can get on with literally the Netracell. Otherwise, I'd be there figuring it out for myself. But yeah, for a single Voker in a Netracell? No. You don't spend the time as the key holder doing that. I would only do it if I could recognize instantly what I had to do there. To do otherwise, it is an insult to the entire group. Alright then. Key in, off we pop.
Local threats are triggering a security override.
And of course it's on the other side of the room. Let's just group these lot actually in the zone. Thank you. And we're good to go. It's saying, I like the loot in Deep Archimedea though. Love-hate relationship, interesting. Against this. Okay. Whilst I spin for a bit, let me just grab your messages in sequence, because I've clearly missed some. Basically, other loadout can show you're forced to use weapons you may not even own or have modded. Yep, you're supposed to work on that. Feel forced to invest in every single weapon in this game, not just the ones that pop up at the time. Have a decent selection, you'll likely have enough to work on. They can say, yeah, it's not investments really, I just would rather not mod my weapons, because that's a waste of resources to me. I'd rather invest in something I'm interested in. Alright then, so you don't want the rewards. That's what that actually says. I don't want to mod my weapons, I don't want to invest in the requirements to complete this mission. I do not wish to be that high level of a player. Okay then, you don't get the high level rewards. Job done. That's really the long and short of it. Job done. In fact, let's see. How many weapons are there? And yes, I'm doing this midway through. 171-ish primaries, 136-ish secondaries, 200-ish melees. Cool. And that's going to include Zors, kick guns, so they're going to take up more slots, but not a huge amount there. Because if you get Zor or kick gun show up, it just says any Zor, any kick gun, you're fine. I can't reach his back. Oh shit, he's healing. Feck. It's an Xmas one, it's setting healing zones. Gonna have to watch out for that. Because otherwise we'll never kill it. There we go. Whew! Alright. That was slightly spicy. I mean, I get where part of it comes from, Squeaky. I will say on the fair counterpoint that for a long time Warframe's had MR fodder. You're told to go level up a whole bunch of stuff, and then that stuff, once leveled up, is just inferior to other things you have. Up to this point, or at least up to the circuit, there wasn't a lot of reason to have weapons that were okay. Now there is. Okay, Daitai, what the fuck? I'm going to delete your message so I can't even see it, because I saw you started off with for the puzzle and then going into explaining how to do it. What the fuck, dude? What is the thought process here? If you just saw it and then went, oh, okay, I'm going to tell you the answer, I'd understand, but I specifically said no a while ago. I don't want you to tell me how to solve a puzzle. How about yourself? Alright. Yeah, I'll follow through on the timeout on that. If you just want to... Oh, still hit it at the same time as me, and it removed it. There we are. Alright, so I got it. Those I took themselves a shame corner? Yeah. I would have liked to have known the rationale, but the moment has passed. Yo! Anonymous! Thank you very much for gifting us up over to Crowned Ladybug. Crowned Ladybug, if you're around, make sure you say thanks to them for that. It's real nice. Real nice of them. Thank you very much on that. Alright, we've got 5% left on this Netral Cell. Nearly there. After that, I do want to head over to the Simulacrum for a solo test on something real quick. Once we're done here. They would say, thank you, my secret admirer, who is totally not cackling at me on a call about it. I see, I see. Of course, the secret admirer strikes once again. Has the secret admirer noticed their part in the tip leaderboard, I wonder, Ladybug? Seeing as you are on a call with them, are they satisfied with the recognition for their part in it all? Let's just make our way out of the mission. Up. And spin for safety. Right then. Our Master say hi. Just want to say thank you for your high quality YouTube videos. Thanks for including the numbers and doing all the math. My absolute pleasure on that. And thank you very much for dropping by. Mission successful. Streamer, do you have any ideas of how to test survivability in Simulacrum? Like, what's the fastest, hardest hitting enemy you can put there? I don't really test survivability in Simulacrum because it's too sterile. It is far too sterile. It doesn't really give you an indication as to how you actually defend in a mission. Ghost, cheers. If you want to test your survivability, the best place is just to go into a mission. Solo or in a group, that's fine. Whatever is the test you're trying to perform. Alright then, I think that should be all the search pulses. I think.
What'll it be? Let's go.
It is. There we are. Beautiful. In which case, Sil, Several Rage, Hitari, GG on that. Thank you for joining me on those runs there. Got another Archon Shard for pile. Absolutely beautiful. I think I got 3 Archon shards for the normal Netra cells there. That's great. That's real great. Drops enabled? There are no drops enabled. This is the drops that were happening across the directory have ended. D will let you know if there's any other drops that they set up because it's all through them. But as the bot says, you could join the raffle. So like I say, I just take swapping one mod to test something, then spending 30-40 minutes cascade to get to the point where I find out.
The Can18 hires Subdomk 5 months in a row. The Can18 can pat. The Can18 poke snack. The Can18 snack pat.
I never did get around to fixing the what's it? Prefix on that. I still haven't decided. I'm stuck for choice. All the same, the almighty Queen River with their Prime for 17 months now. Thank you very much for continued support. I really appreciate it. Oh. Cheers indeed. Right, oops, I've maxed both of these out. Let's just grab a couple of light packs from both. I'll cover it for a moment. Oh, you guys kicking off another hype train? Blimey, that came around quick. Has Twitch reduced the cooldown between those or something? I swear the cooldown on those used to be 2 hours. Shadania, thank you very much for the 50 bits there. What is that emote? I can't quite resolve what that emote is. Hold on a sec. Can I make it bigger? Nope, it doesn't expand. Can I zoom in my screen? Does that work? Nope, Twitch did not like it when I zoomed in my screen. Okay, that has broken everything. Oh, it's a love bomb! Right. Rainbow Heart Unicorn. Oh. Oh, is it a unicorn? I swear to hell, it looked like a bomb. I apologize. I apparently did not zoom in enough. Okay, that's a unicorn? I'm seeing a bomb. I've zoomed in as far as I could zoom in. I'm getting a pixelated graphic now. I'm seeing quite literally a bomb shape. Like, cylinder pointed down, fins at the top. Those... Oh, and those are supposed to be eyes there. The little dots are right. That is too small for me to make it out. I am so sorry. I am only seeing the bomb. It could be because of me using mod view rather than normal Twitch view. I don't know. To me, it looks like a bomb. I'm sorry. Warframe needs more unicorns? Yeah. The nose is shiny, makes the front look like a bomb. I'm just saying what I see. Saying what I see. Can't see now it's a gay bomb. All the same, Shadedia. Thank you very much for the 50 bits there. Did not intend to unintentionally mock it. Alright, so, first things first, with regards to testing damage in the Simulacrum, one of the issues with testing damage here is that you can't get all the enemies to fire you. So if I go for a Heavy Gunner, for example, we get a whole bunch of Heavy Gunners, unpause the AI, and with Inaros this might be a bad idea. That's 5 of them, they're all firing. Brilliant. 5 of them all fire, yeah? But now, if we spawn in another 5, and another 5, and another 5, now how many of them are firing at me? You'll notice that a lot of them are firing, others are just kind of milling around. Look how many could be firing right now, and instead the ones which are allowed to fire, I'm actually crowd controlling. You see, they're constantly not sure who's allowed to fire. Now I'm in a different position, it's changing who's allowed to fire. But a lot of them are just milling around. You can see how many are just not doing anything constantly. So that is an issue as well. It's which enemies do you spawn in? Who's firing when? The best way to test out your survivability is to just be in a mission. Just be in one. Because then you get your experience of what you'll go through. Straight up. I can see some of you are confused there. the reason why a lot of enemies were not shooting there is part of game balance. If you had 20 enemies firing at you at once like that there, you would just get absolutely destroyed. They're not body blocking, the game chooses how many are going to fire at you at once. This is a common thing in a lot of games. If they actually had all of the enemies open up on you at the same time, you'd get deleted in a lot of content. The variety of damage output would be just far too wild. So instead, they don't do that. They cap it. The amount that's incoming at once reaches a limit on the basis of limiting how many enemies are actually doing it. So it looks like you're in a bigger group of enemies, it looks like the stakes are higher than they've ever been before, and sure, you'll have lots of damage incoming because when one stops firing, another one then becomes allowed to fire. As you might have seen in the bit there, when one started reloading it, another one was ready to instantly start shooting. But you won't get all 20 firing at once, you won't get a literal firing squad. Because that doesn't make for a fun game for people. That doesn't make a fun game. Back saying, would that mean if I get enough butchers chasing me, I can get no other enemy shooting at me? No, well, let's see if I can try that for you. Let's go a whole bunch of butchers. Actually, let's come back to that in a sec. Let's get rid of my companion, because my companion would try and crowd control stuff. Let's get rid of that. Butchers. Blitz must seem to get priority. I mean, there's going to be something in the code that can assign priorities. There's no reason it couldn't assign something for Xmas then. So, let's have 20 enemies. And then let's get to the point where the butchers want to be targeting me. And you can see, it's exactly like you asked. Does this make it where the others do nothing? The answer is yes. Look at that. There's butchers just milling around. There's heavy gunners doing absolutely nothing. Because I've reached the limit of the number of enemies which are allowed to attack me. Now, if I am out of range of the butchers aren't allowed to attack me because they're out of range. So then gunners can shoot. So long as I'm in range to be attacked by the butchers, yeah, that can take it away from the gunners. The gunners aren't asking for the priority. I got too close to her, so let's get to these ones again. Boom. Now, the problem is, butchers do actually do quite a bit of damage. You might be like, oh, they're butchers, they're nothing. No, butchers are weak to kill. That's the trade-off there. Butchers are weak to kill. Look at this. This is Inaros. And granted, I've got Arcanes, Arcane Guardian, Arcane Grace, and Adaptation kicking in. So, okay, I'm going to survive forever now. Against these level 195s. But you can see they do a not tiny amount of damage to those hit points with all of that tank in place. And now we can see that Grace has turned off, Guardian has turned off. I'm actually losing hit points relatively quickly. You scale these up to level 500, level 1000, you'll feel it. Plus, most missions require you to actually be killing something. But yeah. I can stand here comfortably, unshot by the gunners. Hello, Mythic. Still so good. Still so good. Take a few more steps. And instant firing squad. Instant. That's how it works. Now, I came here to test something else, to be quite honest. That was an interesting side experiment there. The other thing I wanted to test was to grab some of the murmur. Specifically, I want this. So, according to... Oh, sit still. You're supposed to have no AI. Don't tell me your idle animation is to okay. So according to the Deep Archimedea run, it said this thing has a weak point on its wrist. Somewhere here. Stop reacting. Somewhere here, it's supposed to be a weak point. And at no point did my gun agree on that. At absolutely no point did my gun agree on that weak point. Let's harrow this real quick. Okay, well that's just fucked up. It's in the ground! Actually closer to the elbow? Okay. This guy got absolutely fucking nothing there. Now, someone's saying Zenith. Alright, let's grab a different headshot charging one. And then let's grab the Zenith. If Zenith supposedly shows it. Or if it just puts a marker on them. It's not even pointing at a spot on it. No gain. Sit still. I mean, if I shoot there, I'm missing it. Sit still. There is absolutely nothing there. That weak spot is a lie. D specifically haven't made the anatomizers in Deep Archimedea have the massive damage reduction when you've got the you must hit the weak points modifier on. But these crawly hands, they're weak, so it's fine, we don't really notice as much, but they do not have a weak point. I'm really saying it might be like the Mud backpacks where it has a weak point that has a damage multiplier, but without counting as a headshot. Alright, let's test that. Let's test that. We can test that. So we'll go back to the Boltor. And you know how we can test this? Because I can take off the cold modding. So that is this one here. So now I only have increases to crit chance, increases to radiation damage. Nothing here increases the damage of a hit, unless it crits higher, in which case we'll see it. I get you're saying it's only a might, Umbrella, but you're suggesting it, so let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. So, if I hit you right at the finger, 757 on a crit. How about here? 757. 757, 757, 75 bloody 7 on a crit at every part of it. Let's hold you in place. It doesn't matter where I shoot, the crit remains 757. If there is a weak point, I literally would have to deal more damage. Is there part of this that I have not reasonably shot? What if I try Torrid? It seems to have more forgiveness compared to other guns because projectile's fat. And Itlin, I don't think you understand the Torrid. I don't think you understand the Torrid. The Torrid charges on direct hits, not headshots. You see here, headshots charge, direct hits charge. I know it's unusual, but that incarnate is different. So, all told, despite there being a glowing mark from Zenith, and despite there being a glowing mark from the DA modifier, I can say with basically certainty that this thing lacks a weak point. If the Zenith was correct about its weak point being here, I can bloody well tell you that does not allow me to do more damage. That is called missing. Missing is in fact not a weak point. One could dare say missing is a strong point. 100% damage reduction. What about the opposite side of where arm comes out? What about it, Dathia? What about it? Do you have a screenshot of you doing better than this? Opposite side of where arm comes out. This thing that's on the ground? The left side? The right side? Which side? There are 6 sides to a cube. 7 sides if you count the inside. Against the wall. Against the wall? You think the weak point is the back here? Fine, let's spawn in another bunch of them. That's you. Do you want to bet on this? I am not a betting man. Do you want to bet on this? Nope. Yeah, I fucking thought not. Hey, I have an idea. What if its weak point is the most inaccessible part of it? Is that the weak point? Nope. 757s all the way. Seems to me there is absolutely no weak point. Absolutely no weak point. What if every point is a weak point? Well, I ain't gaining any fucking charge, am I, Evie? My gun ain't looking any more incarnate right now. It is still the same old bloody Boltor. You'd have died if the back was really a weak point. I'd have just reinforced this is why I don't gamble. But this time I can be pretty certain. There ain't no bloody weak point. People interact. Any chance it's a simulacrum bug specifically? You know what, Skatepunk? You go into a mission and prove otherwise. I'm going to say not a sim bug. Because this has been explored and explored and explored and explored and explored and explored. The Whispers of the Wall update didn't come out yesterday. If there was actually a weak point on these guys, someone somewhere would be able to say what it actually is. I could say, having peppered the fuck out of these things, there is not a weak point. How long ago did Whispers come out? Hot minute now. I did the Netracell video about what rates you'll actually get, how long it'll take to get the arcane back in like January. So yeah, it's December, didn't it? It's been months. Yeah. They ain't no weak point. They are just hands. They are just hands. Same for some corpus enemies? Perhaps. Which ones? It outsources its weak point to where you can't touch it. Yeah. So when it comes to Murmur, charging your headshot based guns is an absolute pain in the ass. If we kill the enemies here, and let's get the Murmur battle group, what does it spawn in for us? This is what D have considered a Murmur battle group. Headshotable. Headshotable, it's the exact same thing. So these ones are fine. But then we get these things. You can headshot that, and then it pops. And then it pops, and now we're out. Ran out of things to shoot on it. These hands, nope, no heads whatsoever. These things, they run out too quick. These things, for some reason, this isn't a weak point. This isn't a weak point. You can hit here, you can hit here, but this isn't a weak point. Worse still, in my opinion, made worse by, if I just carefully do this so I don't accidentally kill it. There we go. This, not a weak point. Come on, stop screwing me. It's screwing me. There we are. This, not a weak point, is what we use to kill it. That took longer than intended, I apologise. So, if we can rip this out and kill it by crushing that, why can't we hit it, let alone treat it as a weak point? It is literally the centre of a big old target. This is the bullseye, not a headshot. Let me just empty out this charge. There we go. So where are your weak points? Is it this thing right in front that wiggles around? Yes. Look at that. Nice, obvious headshot. Easy. This one. Is your weak point this in the middle? Actually, yes. The gap in the enemy is the headshot. The gap. The gap is the headshot. But here, the actual physical core of it, not even a thing. How far does it go? There we are. There I'm hitting, there I'm missing. I mean, there's some hitbox porn right there, except for, you know, not counting the hands or the gem. Yeah. So this is why I have an issue with the Murmur when it comes to headshots. This is one of the bigger design missteps, I would say, in the entirety of the whole Whispers in the Wall. Is introducing enemies with such terrible headshots, or missing in a couple cases, when we've got this huge cluster of weapons and items geared towards headshotting. That is my upset with it. Yeah. That is my upset. Ah. Pain point. Absolute pain point. Okay, the battle group forgets the Warden. Yeah. They're things. Infested was already messy, but at least they have a head or two. Yeah. Infested are manageable. They charge at you head first, so you kind of point in their direction. It's head first. And you've got the Ancients, they're reasonably easy to pick up on. There are a lot of Infested which are a problem, but there's a lot of Infested with heads. The major units of the Murmur, you've got the Crawling Hands, no heads. You've got the Culverins, the heads pop too quickly, and then you've got the dogs, the ones you have to charge on. You've got the side enemies of the, lumbering ones, the tall double-handed ones, great. The snake one, not quite so great, rolls around, smaller headshot, but manageable. The Anatomizer, what the hell is even happening there? And then the triangle hands, which are like, yes! Headshots for everyone! Pain. Does Scourge Prime work on our Murmur to cause a headshot? Chris, go ahead and try it. Find out. You're behind because ads? Ads don't put you that far behind, really. It's just that Twitch stutters every now and then. Those stutters build up. Refresh every now and then on Twitch. It's just what you have to do to stay up to speed with it. It's just how it works. Lady would say, love they release another headshot weapon with the What is Headshot Anyway update. Yeah. Yeah. Studio Genesis saying, is it strictly a problem, or is it a variety to incentivize using non-headshot focused stuff? I would say it is strictly a problem, yes. I would say it is strictly a problem. The whole point of headshots is to reward your aim going for the weak points on enemies. If you have an enemy then that is completely without a weak point, it immobilizes a huge section of your arsenal, which is more skill based. That actively pushes against skill and says, nope, just use the thing where you point in the general direction of enemies. That's what you're supposed to do. There is no counterplay to there not being a weak spot. So when a game is this entrenched into making mechanics built around weak spots, you need the weak spots. Further aspect of that is that the weak spots are meant to bring up single target weaponry. If you headshot something, you get immediately double damage and... no, sorry, triple damage, they buff that. You get triple damage and your critical damage is doubled. Which means if you get a critical headshot, you deal 6 times damage. Do you have heard what I've said and are now about to hotfix everything I've just talked about? Who knows? Who knows? It's red text time. Get out your red texts. Get out your red text. It is time for a hotfix. Rolling in. They're working hard on these hotfixes, apparently. And Brady, thanks for the dealer's choice. I've mixed it back to synth. I know, Ken is mad, fix the game. If only. If only. Which DE staffer is hanging out in here? I mean, there could be some. There could be some. Who do we think it is? See, Unhost says they're in the circuit, so it's not Unhost. Dalanor's laughing about it? Probably not. Shadania making the suggestion. If we go by Among Us rules, you know, that could be projection. You point the fingers at other people to suggest the finger shouldn't be pointed at you. So Shadania, I'm kind of looking at you here. Are you the secret DE staff member?
The Kengineer! Oh my god! Wait, Kengineer.
Thanks, Raptor. I always love that soundbite. Always do. Lady was saying, can I add that Shadania was also talking game dev stuff earlier? Oh! Yeah, Curb, yeah. This might be a self-report. We may have caught the secret DE staff member. So, Shadania, when are we removing reactant? Alright, let's see. Red text. We're back with hotfix just for you. Yes, you. Also, honk? Has red text become a untitled goose? Is this what is happening? Made some fixes and changes to your favourite slinky enemy in Mirror Defense, the Hollow Vein. Oh, I thought they were about to say the arm. Okay. To not continuously target its laser attack at the defense objective, which could result in mission failing, especially at higher levels. Many improvements to Deep Archimedea screen to better communicate if you own the loadout weapon, and if Elite Archimedea is enabled. Cool. Steven, some stuff. Oh yeah, there's the Honkai Star Rail, which I know actually nothing about, but I've seen that faff on Twitter happen, yeah. Yeah, there was certainly some Twitterage going on about that. Reb asking to not have to explain to Steve what Honkai is all about. Well, Honk is just Rhino's Roar. I mean, if we're gonna have anyone be the terrible goose, it's gotta be Loki. It's gotta be Loki. Loki is that terrible goose, especially with the Raid of the Sun. Takes some stuff off you. Slips around unnoticed, hops from place to place, set off little tricks and decoys if needs be. It's Loki. So, Loki goose skin when? Zephyr is already a burp. No. We can't have Zephyr for it. Zephyr is not a goose. Zephyr is really not a goose. That doesn't fit. No. Hotfix deploying, stay in your mission. Yep. I will stay in my mission. JK, I'm going to exit right now. Wouldn't it be Limbo? Nah, Limbo is not a goose. Limbo is not a goose. Alright, intermission time, because we're waiting for the hotfix to roll out. We'll wait for that to roll out, then we'll have a look at those patch notes, see what they've actually changed, and see if it is anything we've been talking about just now. Who knows? Maybe they have. Probably haven't, but maybe. But probably not. But maybe. Is Lavos a goose? No. Lavos is a snake man. Grendel is nice and round like a goose. I don't exactly consider geese Grendel shaped, no. Does Lavos lay eggs? What is this chat becoming? What is happening here? Frost could be a goose. He has a whole ability devoted to making ground impassable, so do geese. What is all of the everything in here? Could Mirage become a goose? With transference, maybe. Does Lavos give live birth because snakes do both? Lavos eats geese in the wild. Lavos can land on a piece of ice and slide just like a goose. Subscribe for free every month of Amazon Prime. No, wait, sorry, that was the bot. Yeah. One mod is horrified, the other is talking about if Lavos lays eggs. I mean, yeah, we've got mods from different walks here, yeah. Totes. Prediction start. What prediction have you started? Is Lavos a silly goose? That's not a prediction, that's a poll. It's not. You don't predict is Lavos a silly goose, you put that as a poll. Sil, That's not how this works. No. We're not having people throw their spanners away on this. It's not about to be a prediction, okay? I'm not having one of you do that and take points away from people for something like that. You could set up a poll. The prediction is wrong because that takes points away from people. No. I'm not doing this. Also, Mythic Spirit, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel there, proper. Once again, 14 months of support. Mythic, cheers indeed. Oh. Cheers indeed. Alas, the Netherlands is goose-phobic. I learned something new about the Netherlands. Alright then. You're about to all in on yes, and that is exactly the reason we couldn't have this, because then just all it would take is the mods to coordinate, one of them votes no, the other one clicks no is the correct answer. I trust my mods, but I trust them 98%, 95%. 95% trust in my mods. The other 5% is the reason they're still mods. Because they make things interesting as well. This wasn't collusion, this was comedy. There's a very fine line between it. I think it crosses over. Also, Umbrelli, thanks for indulging everyone in a little bit of Octavia Baby Shark. You trust your mods, but not when it's about Lavos eggs. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Yeah. It's like you don't trust someone that just casually throws out there that they're excited because their clowns have laid eggs. Because at that point you need to start asking a lot of questions like, sorry, you have clowns and clowns lay eggs and this is a positive thing? What? Turns out they were talking about clownfish, but you know. There we go. Geese and shark are practically interchangeable. What? What are you smoking? Here's one for you, Engineer. Fixed players get knocked down every 5 seconds after leaving the arsenal in town. Relay when the gate mod is equipped on their worm. Oh, wonderful! I'm glad they resolved that. I am glad they would resolve that. Let's, if the patch notes are out, then so should the hotfix. Let's get that loaded. Let's get the patch details at the same time. That is the wrong button, Ken. There it is. Hotfix. And it signed me out and gone into light mode again. Let's put that into dark mode. Otherwise, carpet on stream, we'll get people with weak eyes complaining. We can't be having that now. Can't be having some weak-eyed people cry. Yes, those of you who cannot handle light mode, this is how I see you. My strong guys. Let's just get back into the game proper, and then we can have a look. Okay then. What is going on in this update? Let's have a gander, shall we? Deep Archimedea changes to address feedback. Made the following changes. Greatly reduce how often the Hollow Vein hits defense targets with ranged laser attack. Now only hit defense targets once with the laser attack, rather than whatever it was doing before. Change the AoE attack targeting logic to improve the frequency when it's used. Before, once the attack started and it was near something like a defense target, it would trigger and linger indefinitely. Now, the attack will only trigger when players are nearby, and will be cancelled when players are no longer within its radius. Okay, so really focusing on us, rather than the objective. Cool. Raptor, will you believe me if I'd say that wasn't even intentional? So, the poll on is Lavos a Silly Goose is up at the moment, and I see that the majority of answers so far, in response to is Lavos a Silly Goose, is honk. I see. Yes. I see. Moving on, fixed a possible issue where Hollow Vein could theoretically make allies, defense targets, and players hit by its laser attack prematurely vulnerable to friendly fire. Oh, sorry, permanently vulnerable to friendly fire. Not prematurely, permanently. Does it even do radiation? That's weird. Change the amount of that Citrune's remnants and Warframe glyphs heal their respective mirror defense targets. Before it was 5,000. Now it's 3,500 plus 15% of defense targets max health. Okay. It's got some scaling, but not a huge amount. I'd have to have a look back at the footage to see how much that would actually give us. The Oracle and Vitrum defense targets now have 75% damage reduction against Rogue, Voidrig, and Bone Widow weapons and abilities. Honestly, kind of surprised they didn't already have that, considering just how powerful Necromechs are. UI update is going to show which ones you do and don't own. That's just nice to have. In efforts to better communicate to players, they have enabled Elite Archimedea. We've made it more obvious in the Deep Archimedea screen by adding the Elite Archimedea logo and an Elite Archimedea active indicator above the Begin Research button. Okay. Sure. An EDA is 11,000 hit points. Okay, so... Wait, only 11,000? Oh, did I... Oh, I'm sorry. I know what I did wrong. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Chris. Yeah. My bad, my bad. I'd set it to do that. I'd forgotten to turn off also stream Warframe. And so, yeah. Haven't no one points out till now. Yeah, you guys are too busy just bonking over honking. Like... Yeah. The whole vibing. Absolutely. There are 5 people watching, one of them signed in, and 250 odd people honking. Yeah. You always part of the experience? You damn well didn't, Solomir. Don't lie in this chat. We can see right through you. Anyway, yes, there's that visual. This has changed. Blah, blah, blah. If the defense target was, as said there, at 11,000 hit points, 15% of that... Well, I mean, that's only going to give us a little over 1,500, so this is barely an increase if that's the case. That is barely an increase. That can't be right. No, no, no. I'm bringing up my own channel now. Twitch.me. That's not how you go to your channel, it's just what I'm saying. Past broadcast. Broadcast as of 2 hours ago. Jump ahead. This is on my other screen. Jump ahead. I appear to have jumped too far. Okay, so loading up the next wave. So 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit points when it spawns in. 47,000. 47,000. Okay, that's quite a bit more. That is quite a bit more. So it means then with 47,000 times 0.15 plus 3,500. Oops. The healing would be 10,550. So it's gained. It's basically doubled the healing on it. That's doubled the healing. My bad, maybe I confused it with Defense Target Archon Hunt. Maybe. Or maybe it scales with number of people in the squad. If you went in one person, it might have given you 11,000. I doubt it, but maybe. What healed the target? Glyphs. When you pick up glyphs, it's mirror defense. Basic function. They made mirror defense easier? Yes, they did. Specifically for higher level missions, yeah. Alright, added visual effects to unlock and begin research. Okay, Vampiric Luminous Health Energy Drain can now affect spawned allies, specters, etc., and vehicles. Fixed host gear embargo personal modifier applying to the whole squad. Fixed Vampiric Luminous being eligible to be marked by the Alchemical Invulnerability mission deviation. They are invulnerable and cannot be affected by the Amphora. This was caused by a bug. Fixed broken icon appearing on Heck. Fixed script error. Fixed Necroloid sassy remarks about you closing out the Deep Archimedea screen plane before you even unlock the weak with such pulses. Now he'll only show true things which he committed to the back tell of said commitment. Okay. Sure, fine. I mean, could he not be sassy if I've done the whole mission? Because that's slightly part of the problem. From my perspective, if you've done the search and therefore you get nothing for doing it again, you open it and back out. He goes, "What? You're not going to do it? Oh, Was my speech too much? I think it was a speech, wasn't it, Deno?
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Ken. I keep trying to sneak past the murmur, but the sound of the patch notes clapping against my Dante keeps alerting them to my presence.
Thanks, Esprit. Appreciate the 300 bits. Everything after that, thank you for the 300 bits. Anyway. Arimax saying, yo, I'm new to Warframe, love your videos. Well, thank you very much, dude. Welcome into Twitch chat here. Apparently we're having a bit of a moment. Didn't realise it, but we are having a bit of a moment. Yeah. Sil, no. Sil, no. Sil, no. No. Line of sight changes and fixes. As mentioned in the recent hotfix, team continues to address and assess player reports of further line of sight issues. While the quality and consistency of line of sight checks has improved significantly, we are still not 100% satisfied, and sometimes the results are still unpredictable. The team is investigating LOS checks at large, occasionally having odd interaction with terrain, enemies, etc., which is causing inconsistencies in the checks. We're looking to have this resolved in the next CERT update. So, major update. Etanaru. I specifically didn't set up my bot to respond to someone who misses a whole word in their sentence. So let me help you out on that, Etanaru. Two things. One, welcome into the channel. It's a live stream. I can't really go back over this stuff, but you can always check out the hotfix yourself if you really want to go back on it. In fact, here is a link to it. Two, the phrase you were actually looking for is, what did I miss? And I guarantee if you type out that phrase, you'll like what you get. It's Sill's turn to be the cursed mod? No, Sill is always the cursed mod. Zom dabbles, but Sill is always the cursed one. Always. Okay, so for today we've made LOS improvements to the following abilities. Hildren's Aegis Storm, recast check. Now the Aegis Storm performs LOS checks from the floor where Hildren is hovering, but that could be limiting based on her positioning. So we changed it so that the checks occur from Hildren to enemies that are in LOS and within range. Okay. Okay, apparently we're picking up cavemen as well now. For those of you who are apparently watching the stream from a cave, welcome. What? Brady say, I've bumped into Sill outside of mod mode. I guarantee you Sill is a cursed one. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Catman Sentient Wrath, rendered check. In addition to rendered checking, we also made improvements to address issues where LOS checks would fail on clearly visible enemies that are behind terrain. Garuda's Blood Altar. LOS checks for Blood Altar remain the same, but we're adding the ability of Blood Altar to perform an additional jump to help clear small obstructions, since LOS checks could fail on targets that were clearly visible but behind partial terrain, or partially behind terrain. Okay. Hydroid's Plunder, in addition to render checking, also no longer FFV dependent. Ember's Inferno, no longer FFV dependent. Mag's Pull, putting enemies from all directions instead of in a cone directly in front of us intended. How did that happen? Alright. Oh, as part of their efforts to improve LOS. Fair enough then. And fix the following Warframe abilities, not ignoring terrain for enemies, are up to 5 meters from the ability starting point. Dante's Dark First, Garuda's Seeking Talons, Mag's Magnetized Explosion. Okay. I still find myself a little confused as to, do they have just multiple different types of LOS check? Because, especially here, it's saying raycast check versus rendered check. Are there different types of LOS they're using? And if so, what is the benefit of them having different types of LOS checks? I don't know enough about programming to understand why they would need multiple different LOS checks, to the point that, and remember with Dante we had Dark Verse with LOS and Final Verse without, then Final Verse got an LOS which was worse than Dark Verse, then Final Verse got an LOS which was better than Dark Verse, and then Dark Verse has been improved, and now improved again to have better LOS to match up with Final Verse. What? Nazami pointing out the potentially obvious, ray implies that it's anything that a light source can touch. Yeah. So it's not from a light source, you cast rays in a straight line. Light is a common option for rays because light goes in a straight line. But more to the point is why the different render checks. Not that they exist, but why different. Running saying, isn't rendered versus raycast, I think you discussed before, rendered enemies are only the ones on screen. Kind of, except that Aegis Storm, yeah, that one's raycast. Hydroid's Plunder, rendered check. So just can you see them, but they're no longer FOV dependent, so... Well, a low FOV settings cause Hydroid's body to obstruct LOS. No, cause enemies outside FOV were not considered in checks. See, here's the thing. For things which have an angle, it shouldn't be limited to rendered or not, because, as they point out there, if you have a low FOV, that kind of ruins it. So it's not strictly about are they rendered or not. When I was talking about the rendered versus not rendered in these earlier patch notes talking about LOS changes, part of that was the whole casting in an AoE around you, what's the most efficient programming way to check who is in line of sight. If the enemy is being rendered on your screen, you can see them. Because otherwise, how would they be rendered on your screen? You can see them. So that is an easy check. Are we rendering them? Excellent. That is in line of sight. For the ones not in line of sight, as in not on your screen, but they are in line of sight as in they have a direct line between you and them with no opaque obstruction, then there's other ways of checking. Raycasting being a common method of it, but how you implement that raycasting is more the point. But my question comes down to, why does it feel like different abilities have different types of line of sight checking in the first place? Not just how they're implemented, but entirely different algorithms for the consideration. I guess weird. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone here in this chat realizes that they don't have the answer. Like, there's a lot of people saying a lot of ideas and a lot of points and trying to explain everything from fundamental basics of how you do line of sight checks all the way up to, here is this niche consideration I learned whilst doing Computer Science 103. I'm wondering why D are doing something specifically. Which means that I'm not going to get the answer from literally anyone in this chat unless Warframe themselves step in here or Shadania answers, because we know that Shadania is definitely totally a DE staff member. Slash down with a highlighted message. To reiterate, there are now two variations of LOS check. First type, check to see if any part of the enemy has been drawn on the screen. Second is check for enemies that are on-screen. We now check for LOS for the enemy's head, torso, feet. So, okay, it sounds like you were copy-pasting from that page which I read out on stream the other day. Cheers. Doesn't answer my question. I'm not meaning, in general, are there the two aspects for helping them to programmatically detect LOS. In fact, you know what? I'm going to drop this point. You guys aren't catching it. There's enough of you not understanding my question, so I'm going to drop it and move on. It's not even important. I'm going to just go on to those who do matter.
I suppose. For instance, you could have a rendered enemy, but he is behind a glass wall, so while raycasting would work, he still technically has an obstruction.
Okay. Again, just a feature. Doesn't give me the answer to the question of why DE are doing what DE are doing. Unfortunately, there's no way that we're going to get the answer to this, so thank you for the 200 bits, Esprit. I'm still going to move on from this point. We're just going to move on. So, other changes. Made audio mix adjustments for AM4 pickup, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really matter. Fixed clients experiencing performance issues during void mirror objectives in Doom Fury. Weird. Inaros Sandstorm not pick up enemies directly below him. Odd. Fixed Nick's pacifying bolts orbit mod not throwing an additional 3-4 psychic bolts as intended. Hey, Sil, your build you were using just got buffed because it was apparently not working properly. Don't know if you noticed, but it was just broke. Fixed fully ranked Warframe mods not ranking down after successful Parazon stabbing. Oh, okay. Go figure. You know, a Sandstorm VFX. Ostrons and Cetus during the Void Sting to break Veil objective of the New War quest having the stealth attack prompt. Sure, just stab them. Just stab them. Fixed players getting knocked down every 5 seconds after leaving the arsenal in a town or relay when the negate mod is equipped on their worm. No more Sleepy Lavos. No more Sleepy Lavos. Fix the Nexus fur pattern having orange-green mottled stuff. Fixed Arsenal UI for Necromex, only showing melee attack stats. Weird. Fixed Onos magazine, always using default colour. Upgrade screen showing only a portion of the weapon. Fixed Wukong Celestial Twin indicating it needs ammo while using the Nataruk. Silly monkey, the Nataruk has infinite ammo. What? How did that even happen? How did Wukong's twin come to the conclusion that it needed ammo on the Nataruk? Programming is weird. Fix an issue with Valkyrie Prime not holding Nataruk's arrow in her hand. Go figure. Fix getting issues with Urali. Sure. Fixed enemies be susceptible to getting stuck on terrain. Okay. Deadlock Protocol quest requirements in the Codex missing mentioning of the Saturn Junction. I saw that post from Reddit. Evidently so did DE. Fixed being able to close out a mission overview screen using the same binding you opened it with. Weird. Shield Charger's Russian description. I know it's been Russian. More cases of errors caused by joining Profit Taker Bounty. Go figure. To prevent further issues, the contact action to speak to begin Profit Taker Bounties is now disabled while the quest is active. Okay. Script errors. And yeah, that's that. That's the update. Alright. That is the update. Wukong running out of ammo with infinite ammo weapons very in character. Valid. Valid. Wukong, the smartest being in the universe, able to count down from infinity. Yeah, that is quite the achievement there, isn't it? That is quite the achievement. But yeah, Sleepy Lavos is fixed. Still leaving Dante bound. Oh no, guys. Dante's bound. Ah. Dante is so bound. Can't use him. Actually unplayable, guys. Yeah. Just cannot be used whatsoever. Basically, might as well just delete him. Yeah, totes. Ah, that's a shame. If anyone was using Dante, sorry to let you know that he's just not good enough. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna grab a mission real quick. Nothing's going on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, Shadow. There's absolutely nothing you need to worry about right now. Definitely not going to go into a mission with Dante and cut a few bitches up or something. You know, it's fine.
Accept your death, and you may yet avoid it.
That's just don't worry about it.
Life support has been cut off.
Absolutely don't worry about it. We're just going to stand here. Nothing interesting is going to happen.
I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Yeah, Dante, completely bound. Doesn't stand a chance. Don't know why I even loaded the mission, to be honest with you. Like, clearly, he's actually just bad. I mean, if you really don't like Dante, you know, you could just give me the platinum you would have spent on him. Oh, I'll take it. Send me the slots. Subscribe to move the money you would have spent. All that stuff works. Hit the tip button if you're already subscribed. All of it's an option. I pressed the wrong button, just FYI there. Now, I do need a little bit of energy because I kind of cast a lot. That's fine. But now I have the energy I need. Got a little carried away there. This is, after all, the inefficient build. Wabam! But yeah, this guy, just unusable. I mean, that 4 life support pickups at once? That's pathetic. Sauron would get 50. Think they get it? Yeah. But I like really labouring the point because every time someone tries making the point, I'm just going to get more sarcastic about it. Especially if it's their very first message coming into a Twitch chat. We can see that, by the way, here on Twitch. And we weren't even talking about Dante. Yeah, I'm going to mock you. Yeah, the mocking, it'll happen. Until people get the idea that, oh wait, line of sight is not the end of the world. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I apparently took some damage there. Let me fix that real quick. And sneeze. Yeah. Oh, Zom, I didn't change my status on Discord, it just kind of timed out. I always set any status on Discord to be very temporary, so I don't forget that it's there long term. But yeah, this is a very playable Warframe, and I'm not even using half the buffs I could be using right now. So let's use some of the buffs I could be using right now. Page flight, go! I think quickly over Dante's power is silly, but what do you think of his fun factor? Didn't find him to be my taste. Hey, that's fine. There are plenty of people that don't enjoy Lavos, my main frame. I don't enjoy Baruch, which is the main frame for many other people. And the people that like Caliban have a free ticket to enter a white pad itself. There's frames for everyone. Take your pick. If you don't want cast heavy / boom, that's fine. I like / boom. But these guys weren't slashified. And now they are. And sneeze. Now sure, I could be putting myself into probably more optimal positions for LOS, but let's face it, doesn't really look necessary. Look at that line of sight check. I think I was looking mostly through the floor. Yeah. Let's just re-up this, because I sat in that pathway. And spat. Don't know why I did a finisher there, but it killed him anyway. You love Dante, you don't even use his new Catan? Yeah, because that's not the only way to play Dante. I'm just kind of showing... When people go, oh, Dante dead now, they're talking about gaining LOS on one ability, like it is the literal end of the world. And, well, yeah. Oh, hi, Mania. I didn't do a lot. Do you like daggers? I like daggers. Do you want a dagger? Here, if I just kill these guys real quick and then... Okay, well that's annoying. Kind of got in the way there. I don't have stacks on this dagger, so it's not going to be that great. There we are. But look, once you play the casting heavy frame with speed shards, it's hard to do so without them after. Oh yeah. Casting speed is kind of a big deal on, you know, casters. Just like you put fire rate on your weapons. Attack speed on your melee. Casting speed is attack speed for a caster. Oh, I find it worked? Yeah. It turns out if you don't specifically set yourself up to deal with acolytes, the acolytes don't get one shot. But that's fine. I'm gonna go put Dante away now, and then we can grab Inaros. Haptic saying, for what it's worth, I just verified that selling an owned weapon that's in the Deep's Choice does in fact re-roll the choice. Had Bliska sold it, replaced by Icarius. Okay. That's interesting. That sounds very limited, and quite possibly a bug, but that's interesting. As a demonstration, you're very welcome. I just want to be clear now, Shadow of Valor. Let's just have a look then. So you said still leaving Dante bound, then learn, fair enough. I just remember after the hotfix there were still issues of enemies providing cover for enemies behind them, or Dante giving cover for things to hear from your view. Thanks for showing me. I've been asking because you were going over hotfixes when I joined. Didn't know if I missed anything, thank you. Yeah, so I want you to learn two things from this. And this goes out to everyone. And you're probably behind an advert right now, so I'll wait 30 seconds on explaining that. Because there's an ad right now. So I'll come back on that point in just a moment. So I'm saying pro tip, don't believe Reddit. Well, that'll be the third lesson. We got 3 lessons to go over. 12 more seconds on adverts for some people. We'll give it just a sec on that. The way Twitch is. Laughs and sub. Yeah, you guys get to still chat for me for a bit. And then Mirrorlabe is going to make it where 10 people also don't have to deal with adverts. Mirrorlabe! Thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs out to community there. Going out to It's Full, to Dinos, to Thickrick, to Excelsior1115, to Voodoo13, to Cosmic Space Cats, to GDAK88. Okay, that's not even a name at this point. It's just a combination of letters and numbers, but sure, why not? To Rivif Guide, to Crazy Mac 556, and to Arc Demon X. Mirrorlabe, thank you very much on that. Yeah. Cheers indeed, Mirrorlabe. Cheers indeed. Okay. The advert should be over for those of you who have ads. So it doesn't mean they're lurking. It could be someone who just popped in at some point. Twitch can give subs to people who aren't present. So, Shadowvellas, you said, had been asking because you were going over hotfixes when I joined. Didn't know if I missed anything. Thank you. Thank you for your demonstration. First of all, thank you for being so polite on the end there. Second of all, a lesson everyone has learned about Dante. He is actually perfectly fine. Third lesson, and this is more of one of approach. This is definitely one of approach. If your first message on entering into a channel is something sarcastic, like still leaving Dante bound, question mark, the double question mark really selling it as an offhanded bottom of Reddit comment style section, comment section style comment. That's gonna come across as someone who is not looking to learn, but is looking to jibe and troll. I hope that makes perfect sense. If you wish to come across as someone with a genuine, interesting question, come across genuine. Write out something genuine. Otherwise, you're gonna get mocked. People will treat you how they see you, not how you see yourself. Right then. That's enough Dante for now. Fair enough, Shadows. Fair enough. Let's grab some sand, shall we? And we'll stick with the Unidem. The Unidem currently still set up as I left it. That is fine. We've got Naramon. Yeah, that should be everything. Cool. Actually, I don't need Diriga. Let's go for Worm. I would use Carrier, but nah, Worm. Is Lavos getting a Prime this year or early next year? Don't know. It's not been announced. Sorry. How is Inaros? Haven't played around with him yet after his rework. I've barely touched him since his rework. So I've thrown a few mods onto him. We've used him in some Netracells and he survived. So let's just see what happens if I take him into a mission. Let's go into a solo Steel Path survival. This is my favourite kind of a testing ground, because it's a relatively standard thing. If you've got a decent spawn room, hey, this is the same one. If you've got a decent room to work with, it's a good way of testing frames, because you get a feel from mission to mission what the actual difficulty is.
They're trying to choke you out.
So let's just charge up for a moment.
I'm sending auxiliary life support.
That should do. And now let's get all of my health back in mere moments. And then just kill everything. Which I'd say is pretty good. Let's build up some combo. Just gather everything up into a pile, and then they all just perish. And of course, I've got Tennokai as well. Oh, that is just beautiful. The way that just cleaves into all of them. Yep. That feels alright. Tornado doesn't throw them away? Exactly. There was an intentional change by DE to make it where it brings them together rather than throwing them away from you. And it brings them together on the ground, so you can somewhat consistently get a melee finisher like that. Sometimes I'll just swing first for some reason. It's like, okay, I guess we're just doing that. Am I using melee influence on the Unidem? Nope. This is using melee exposure, so I get a load of corrosive damage, which means I've got viral corrosive. So this is not an influence build. This is not turning my weapon into AoE nuke. This is my weapon working as my weapon, with just a bunch of corrosive damage added in. Now, there is a weakness in this whole tornado approach. One, it's a bit slow, but two, it doesn't do status effects on Xmas units, because they have Overguard, prevents them being picked up, oopsies, and so they don't count for it. Where are you going? Hey! Did that Xmas actually just run away from me? Perish. So yeah, overguarded units don't get the status from Elemental Sandstorm, which is a bit of a debuff to it. But it's not the end of the world, you just go and murder them anyway. And everyone else perish. Would I consider melee crescendo on the Indem for this build? That's the one where with finishes you gain initial combo? Honestly, no. Because keeping up combo is very easy with Naramon. If you're meleeing, you can just use Naramon. Or use a lot of combo duration. Primary and secondary dexterity exists for these reasons. To take up your arcane slot for that, I don't think is a good idea. I think that is best for when you don't want to be setting up to maintain your combo, nor really focus on building the combo. It's... yeah. If I'm remembering the arcane correctly, I'll be honest with you. Let me, first charge up that, whilst I remember. Second, just making sure I'm not off my rocker here. Melee, crescendo. Clan can have that chat, I guess. Yeah, on finish a kill, yeah. So it would help, but like, there's just better things you can do, like having, as I currently have, 240% additional corrosive damage. 240%! That is not a small amount! When you consider the Acolytes, for example, Acolytes are weak to corrosive. So if you have Acolyte spawning, you will just tear through them. Spoiler alert, by the way, you're gonna see that. Perish. If you don't want to use Naramon, like I say, there are other ways of maintaining your combo duration, rather than just having the combo decay on it. You can get combo duration of, what's it, 20 seconds at base, just by having your melee weapon and 2 dexterity arcanes. If you're going 20 seconds between kills, sorry, between hits, then you should be looking at other options. And there, maybe the arcane is the option, but I wonder what situation you'll be in where you're getting enough finishes for the arcane to matter, but not enough constant hits to keep up your combo. That feels like a bit of an odd situation to me. And then you've got the issue as well with initial combo, where if you have a lot of it, once you've used your heavy attack for the initial combo, it actually takes time for the combo to come back. You can't just keep dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping it. You have to wait for it to recharge, which does take a moment. If you re-heavy attack again early, you get partial benefit. We've tested this extensively. We definitely tested that extensively. Oops, I had to retap to that as it ran out. My bad. But yeah, I'm definitely using a strong Inadem here in combination with an Inaros, but I mean, every Warframe deserves to have good weapons, I suppose. Especially if they're not a caster focus. And Inaros is not a caster focus for his damage. Now, can we have an Acolyte show up, please? I would really like to have an Acolyte show up. What scenario do you imagine using a Scarab Swarm now? It's nice armor debuff on the Grenadier, but it feels unnecessary. I will agree that it feels unnecessary. Like, you could use it, and we can try that out after this Acolyte. But I do agree it feels unnecessary. So, hey Acolyte! Bye Acolyte! Yep, there we go. That was cool. That wasn't Inaros, that was just Inadem being amazing. That's just Inadem. Hey Ken, how's your night going? It's going pretty good, thank you very much for asking. Hope you're having a good day yourself. Day, evening, afternoon, middle of the night, God knows what it'll be. Morning for those of you in New Zealand and Australia. Having sand kitties running around is never unnecessary. Fair point. Sand kitties. We have sand kits now. Come on, kits. Okay, that does also put a lot of gum on my screen, but you know, that's alright. Now, I should be getting all my kills through melee. So, currently I have... What's that? 33 kills through non-melee. I suppose I will get some sandstorm kills as well, so that kind of ruins the test there. But we can try and see how much of that's doing for me. By how many kills beyond that 33 will I get. If I don't use sandstorm for a bit and just focusing on melee, how many kills do the cats get? Because if I can kill an enemy with the Inadem, doesn't matter that the cats were debuffing them, they were going to die with the Inadem anyway. So I want to see, do the cats actually do something that I wasn't doing?
Lavos isn't just a silly goose, he's a whole goofy gaggle.
Yo, Ronald, thank you very much for the 16-month resub there. And, not sure I agree, but you know, everyone can have their own brand of Lavos. My Lavos is a tanky nerd, yours is a gaggle of goofy geese. Go for it. Okay, the Kravats have managed to get 4 kills. Maybe. Or I might have just got it with an ability. A different ability. Couldn't quite tell, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna say the cats aren't really feeling it. They may have a use, but I feel like just weapon go burr is probably gonna be more up there. We got Inaros using his 3 for status immunity, a little bit of armor, but not a lot. And with the augment undying. That's pretty nice. We got his 2 as a major healing and grouping tool. With an early cancel if you need it. And with the augment it's also a status primer, which is real nice. And then the 1, opening up finishers if you need it, blinding enemies. Yeah, it's a first ability, it's nothing amazing. It's just first ability. Oh, we got a bot? God damn, it's been a while. Hey, mods. Kill the bot. Kill the bot. Oops, I just threw away my combo because I wasn't looking, so I was seeing if the mods were on it. Thanks, Zob. Oh, I just got a fake Tennokai. That's great. Thanks, DE. I love a fake Tennokai. Fake Tennokai looking like it should give me the benefits of a Tennokai and a free heavy attack, but it didn't actually do a free one.
Kill the bot. No, please,
Heck.
don't kill me.
Esprit, thanks for the 200 bits. We know which bots we're allowed to keep, which we throw. Alright, let's get my corrosive back. Now murder this thing. There we are. Stupid loss of combo. Stupid bot situation. Stupid everything. Completely lost my groove. Yeah, we can see my primary issue with the tornado is that it is slow. It's a defensive thing, so it's obviously not going to be a major killer. But when you rely on it, I don't know if I'm going to make this in time. Okay, I made it. If you rely on it, it's slow.
Look what our Tenno operative just found.
Any favorite frame is Lavos? Yes, it is. Scoop up all the enemies! Huzzah! Oh, that's beautiful. When you get a nice, lovely cluster of them like that, scoop them all up, they all just perish. Scoopy, 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 scoop. Dead. Again, this might not be the most meta way of killing things, but you gotta admit, it's kind of fun. It is kind of fun. Yo, Miralabe, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Kellyanne. Kellyanne, make sure you say thanks to Miralabe for that. It's real nice of them. Scoop. And death. Oh, it's just so good. I'm not sure what I'll be doing with the rest of Inaros' kit, I'll be quite honest. The cats do feel just kind of present. It's not a lot. It's not an interesting lot. So they do just kind of feel present. And the one is now comparatively weak. It's good for opening up things for finishers on demand, but it's comparatively weak. Whereas just scoop, invul, heal, status spreading, that's just great. Wider corrosive spread? Yeah, it is. But it's not a lot of it. Stab. How much corrosive are we getting here? 8, 9, 10, and there'll be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, you stop at 14 anyway. So, in a few seconds, they can be fully armor stripped with it. Not terrible. If you want an armor strip, it's an option. It just doesn't feel like an amazing option. Helmet over the 4? I'd probably... Honestly, I don't know. I think 1 might be the better shout. Depends on what you're helmeting. If you're helmeting in something where precision intensify would be helpful, then 4 perhaps, yeah. But the 1 is of relatively limited use in itself as well, whereas the 4 is still an armor strip, albeit not an amazing one. Hard to say. You're surprised at how well Sandstorm was killing with Viral Electric. Was that proccing influence? Or is it just killing? And I'm doing just Sandstorm stuff here. I think the weapon is just superior. That ability is not really something I'd consider for killing. Electric plus grouping? Actually, that's a fair point. That's not something I'm utilizing right now. That's something I can test. That is something to test. Let's get out of this mission and test that then. Let's switch up the modding on the Inadem to go for a electric approach instead. Maybe that'll do something amazing. Do I have Elemental Sandstorm? Yes, it's currently equipped. I've got Elemental Sandstorm and the one that goes on your 3 for the life-saving perk, which did trigger during a Netracell because I had no Arcanes on. Are there yet to be found ways to buff it? I don't know. I haven't found them yet. How else am I supposed to answer that one, Moon? Let's think that one through.
As you conquer the foe, so you conquer yourself.
You are
There you
running out of time. Consider extraction.
Lotus, way ahead of ya. Way ahead of ya. Alrighty. Interesting. Not sure what just happened there. Sorry, so it just happened on Twitch side. What's it Twitchy doing? Hello. Okay, Twitch having a moment. Beautiful. I love it when it has random moments. Asking Twitch chat if Ken is all-knowing. It turns out that as much as I do Ken, I do not Ken all. Yeah. Have I considered triple Umbral on Inaros? Yes and no. So the issue with triple Umbral is this right here. This armor stat. His armor stat is pathetic. 240 base armor is terrible. It is absurdly low. In fact, I'm just going to bring up on Warframe wiki, Warframe comparison. Let's sort these Warframes at rank 30 by their armor. So, armor at level 30, we have Corvex 875, we have Valkyrie Prime at 735, we have Lavos at 675. I'm just going to stop reading out the numbers and go down the names until I get to Inaros. We have Kalevo, Valkyria, Nidus Prime, Atlas, Chroma Prime, Nidus, Garuda Prime, Grendel Prime, Chroma, Grendel, Core Prime, Excalibur Prime, Excalibur Umbra, Frost Prime, Garuda, Hildred Prime, Hildrin and Hildred Prime, Sarin Prime, Caliban, Hydro Prime, Korra, Rhino Prime, Wukong Prime, Citrine, Nezha Prime, Cyanax, Wukong, and then finally we're on to the 240s, which includes frames like Baruch Prime, Normal Excalibur, Normal Hydroid, Normal Sarin. So many Warframes have so much more armor than Inaros at base. It is kind of ridiculous. So for that reason, Inaros is actually pretty bad with the Umbral set because you're wasting that entire mod slot. There could be anything else. Anything else. But yeah, that's why I've considered it and thrown it away. Instead, I've got this setup here. This is what I've gone for so far. The efficiency is fine because Hunter Adrenaline, I've got my energy there. If I need energy, I just take a few bits of damage. Easy peasy. We've got the range because that allows for better scooping. We've got the strength because that allows for more powerful status application. And also improves the bonus from the Scarab Shell. It improves the damage from this. It improves the damage from that. But mostly it's for the Sandstorm Status Chance and the Scarab Shell armor bonus. And then duration is neutral because I've not seen a reason to go duration. I mean, make the Scarab Swarm last longer, that's it. The Sandstorm I don't need lasting longer than 4 seconds. I've been cancelling it early a lot of the time, and this isn't duration based, and these are the two abilities I care about. Yeah. If you use plus armor Archon shards, do plus % armor mods work on the higher value? No. Armor mods will only work off of this value here, that is the base value. Armor shards do not add to it, they are a final flat bonus. What element options work well with Inaros? Depends on what solves your problem. So damage buffers, they're going to be great. Damage resistance, probably not so great, because you've got a lot of resistance already. I suppose if you're going into really high level missions, you could take more, but you mostly don't need it. Having the combination of Scarab Shell, Negation Armor, Arcane Guardian, that's plenty. Let's see what else. You could go for a mobility tool if you wanted. So you could use something, for example, like Vile Rush if you really wanted. But that's really stretching it at that point. You don't need a grouping tool because you've got Sandstorm. You don't need to go for a direct damaging ability because that's not really what Inaros does. You could, I guess, go for a Thermal Sunder approach. That did get nerfed, but you could go for it because he's got the energy income, but it just doesn't really lend himself to being that kind of frame. Yeah. Even with Negation Army as a way to self-revive, that's a point. I don't like to rely on that kind of thing, but that is absolutely a point. Raw to buff bleeds from Sandstorm. Yeah, Raw can buff Sandstorm. I mean, yeah, it's a damage buffing ability. Like I mentioned, damage buff. Hurrah. Faster arm strip with Terrify or Pillage. Yeah, replace the arm strip with one that acts when you need it. That works.
Oh no, I'd still have 500 bith and there's only 3 minutes of stream time. I need to Udithith Bithfot.
I've never heard, ever before now, phlegm in a AI bot voice, but I swear I was beginning to hear it there. Esprit, thank you for the 500 bits and the AI phlegm. That's, yeah. Was the bot having a stroke? No, the bot was reading exactly what Esprit sent it. Esprit sent it 500 bits and there's only 3 minutes of stream time. Yeah. Yeah, that's Esprit's doing right there. Alrighty tatey. I was going to test with Inaros electrics. So, what are we on here? That's got innate cold. Problem. I mean, I can work around that. How are we gonna do this? Yeah, if we take you off and then... Oh, this is going to break everything. Okay, you know what? Let's not use the primes. Let's just use Fever Strike. So I don't have to break builds. And then I don't think it's still going to fit. It's not going to fit. Shit. Oh, wait, I can do that one. That's fine. I don't need to be the sales one. No, that's fine. Okay, Electric Viral. Plenty of Electric. Actually, I'm going to bring down the Fever Strike to... wrong thing. To Virulent Scourge to increase the electric proportion. It's still below the viral, but not that far behind. That'll be fine. Let's... Yeah, I'm not going to downgrade that. There's no point going that far. Let's roll with this. Let's just see what happens. Just out of curiosity. That's all it is. Sorry if you covered 16 Pulse. Yeah, I'd hate it. Well, there are many ways to get around that particular issue. But yeah, I didn't touch on Sickening Pulse. 60 Pulse is just kind of a thing. If you want to put it on there, go ahead and do it. The thing with Helminth is that you don't have correct Helminth options in general. Helminth is an answer to a problem. If your Warframe has a problem, if your Warframe has a weakness, you cover the weakness. That's how you do it.
Your enemies have grown.
So, if there's not a problem to solve, then there's no ringing into Helminth.
They have just shut down all systems.
How about Tesla for electric?
Sending
What about it?
support capsules your way.
Yes, Tesla doing electric. What about it? Alright, let's gather everyone up. I'm hearing some death happening there. 22 kills. Okay. $30 kills. We're getting something going. Now this is also adding in corrosive. I don't know if that's going to be good or not for what I'm trying to achieve here. I might be accidentally nerfing myself using melee influence. But I mean, so far so good. Let's just bring them back over this way. Group huddle! I'm just casting Tornado. You just got banned from Neoness for giving him advice on how to improve his channel. Interesting. Was it unsolicited advice? Because usually if you get banned from one stream and then go to someone else in that same category and go, yeah, I just got banned from this guy's channel, usually those creators actually know each other and have enough respect for each other's bans to go, they probably had a good reason for it. So, maybe not your greatest entry into this channel. Or any channel. But yeah, this is all without melee influence. This is all... it's got melee exposure. Yeah, exposure. Which might even be nerfing what I'm doing. In a Demgo Bear. Alright then, Xmas, you're going to resist this, aren't you? Yeah. Alright. Let's dip out. It's not feeling amazing so far. It's getting kills, which is kind of impressive, but it's not feeling amazing so far. So let's fix by removing that arcane and see what happens. Would I consider Archon Stretch for energy regen? This is such a common thing I find on my YouTube comments. Not calling you out in specific here, just in general. Anytime electric can be present, there are dozens of people that feel the need to go, oh, Archon Stretch! What about Archon Stretch? What about Archon Stretch? What about Archon Stretch? Now, you're not acting like that. But I get this a lot on YouTube. A lot on YouTube. Archon Stretch isn't that amazing. It is a source of energy, yes. Archon Stretch, we can get 10 energy That's +2 for 5 seconds. 10 energy. I can't get excited about that. I just can't. 2 energy per second? If I'm constantly casting Sandstorm, with my current setup, it is 38.75 energy per cast, and 4-second duration. So if I am perma-casting this, that is a 9.6875 energy per second. Let's call it 10 energy per second. 10 energy per second to constantly cast Sandstorm, and the best that Archon Stretch can do for me is +2. That really doesn't feel great. That really does not feel great. So, I really wouldn't consider that much of a thing. You can put it there if you already got Stretch on a build, and you've got the mod capacity to slot it in, and you're using electric, sure, why not? But to specifically go for it isn't really a thing. Because it actually fits right now, sod it, let's put it there. I'm using electric, it's relevant right now, but it's really not something that you need to focus on. Spore regen only really bolstered with Nourish? Exactly, yeah. When you put it with Nourish, people feel a lot more energy. Because if you've got 300% Nourish, 3 times bonus on it, you're going to get, it used to be 8 energy per second from that, now it's what, like 6 energy per second? You're still going to feel it. Alright, Yami, you're beginning to grate me, so I'm going to read your messages and see if I want to care or ban you myself. Hey Kengineer, just got banned from Neonest for giving him advice on how to improve his channel. I gave him advice to put a countdown timer on ads and to not put a Patreon for education for in-game services like trading via Patreon, which is against term of service. Am I wrong? Oh, yes you are. Banning for being wrong? Like, why not just kill me for being human at this point? Your advice isn't welcome. Quite clearly, I can tell you that Neonest did not ask you for that advice, and no one here really cares that much about your personal experience in this matter. If you go get yourself banned from one channel, then you can start complaining to another one, oh, I got banned for giving advice, you are just coming across as a bit of a, let me see, cunt. Yeah, that's definitely the word there, which is why you got banned. So, my sincere recommendation to you, if you think someone is breaking terms of service, it almost never works to accuse the person up front. If you feel that the person is in some way salvageable, message them privately. Get in touch with them in an appropriate forum, or if you feel they're not going to listen to you, if you've already tried that approach, raise it with the people with the authority, DE themselves, at which point they'll probably turn around and tell you, no, there's no breaking here. Straight up. But if you go into channels like, I got banned, yeah, you probably got banned for a reason. You got banned for a reason, my dude. Alright then, moving on. Let's head back into this one. Nope, I forgot to do a thing. The one thing we came here for was got distracted by Archon Stretch and then Mr. Iron Band, look at me. There we go. Let's go without Arcane for a moment, then we'll see if Influence does anything afterwards. Hello, Slappy. Let's go in. We try a slash viral sandstorm. Already did. That was the Inadem before. Already did. And because it's single target and it's not getting the slash procs of your weapon, just slash weighting, it's not that amazing. It's alright, Chris. You're fine. You're fine. So, what are we getting here? I mean, I'm hearing the electric. Skill's looking like 13 so far. Ooh, I think the corrosive was actually helping us. Oh, suddenly we're at 33. Head over this way a bit. 43. Are we getting something? 54. We are really starting to get a bit of something going. 65. It's about 10 kills per cast, which is a good rate, considering it's a 4-second ability. 73. And I'm invulnerable the entire time. 80 kills. I think the Xmas is still going to be the pain point, but... yeah, 90. It is a bit goofy, isn't it? Just, I've basically recreated Grendel above myself. That looks like a Grendel meatball. It's just, instead it's a cluster of enemies in my tornado. This doesn't quite feel like 100 kpm, but... I mean, it's invulnerable killing by just moving around and pressing 2. Which is kind of stupid. This is kind of stupid. Now we've got an Xmas here. This one, yeah, that Overguard is resisting. But if I just chop him a little bit, then he's part of the fun. But still not amazing. Yeah. So it's doable. And it seems to be carrying. It seems to be doing what it needs to be doing. It's just, oops, I just dropped them all in the pit, didn't I? Well, that's fun, isn't it? All aboard! I think I might be breaking the game now. They're actually still down there. They haven't died. Oh, there we go. Now they died. Chuck him in! Chuck him in! All I need is really, really strong single electric proc here, and I'd have myself an Archon toilet. And I wonder how many people even get that. Because that is both old and niche at this point. Soup meta? Sure. I have created Grenier soup. I'm just constantly chucking them in there. Oh, I chucked myself in. Well, I mean, I still added them to the soup. Yeah. This isn't what I'd consider meta, or even strong, looking at the live support, but it's soup. Alright, let's keep bundling them up again now. Get the electric procs to work. I mean, yeah. Archon toilet moon. So it's a reference from StarCraft. Basically, in old StarCraft 2, there was a mothership ability to group up literally every single unit. Didn't matter how big they were, how strong they were, all of them into a single point. Invulnerable and taken out of the game briefly for a few seconds. Kind of like this, but even tighter. The moment it finishes, the enemies begin to explode out that point. They just kind of spread back into their spaces. But for a briefest moment, they're all in one spot and able to attack. And there is the unit, the Archon, which does a very small AoE zapping electric attack. So if you had a few of these Archons with their zapping AoE attack in the middle of this bundle, they all fire at once and everything is obliterated. No friendly fire either. So the time warp, no, not time warp, whatever the warp thing was called, it looked like a whirlpool of sorts, so it became dubbed the Archon Toilet. A whole bunch of Archons gathered in one place with all your opponent's army, flush them up, and then death. Of the instant variety. There wasn't a lot of ways to counter it if you didn't see it coming. It just kind of hit you and you're out. Also, I've managed to maintain live support just pressing 2. This is kind of stupid. Oh, that's going to ruin it for everyone. Let me just get rid of this guy real quick. There we go. Right then, where was I? Vortex. Yep, that's the ability. Thank you. Came here from YouTube. Nice, thank you for your videos, builds, and ideas. You're so polite. Have a great day from Italy. Oh, thank you. I don't know on that polite bit, but thank you. But Acolyte in the soup? Ah, oh, sorry, they're already dead. It was violence. They kind of say no to abilities. It's saddening, I know. But yeah, as cool as it is to scoop them up and then kind of go electric zappening, just dagger go burr seems more effective. YouTube Ken is polite, stream Ken has boundaries. Yeah. You know what it is? It's that YouTube Ken doesn't have to deal with people saying things. It's just me, in my office, recording from a script that I wrote. Want to specify in that, there are apparently a couple people that think I use AI to write my scripts. Ew. Like, any AI could properly capture my way of speaking. Ew. But, yeah. You're very right. StreamCan has boundaries is the most polite way of putting it. It's one of the best streams for you to date. Between the secret mode stuff, the geese, the soup, it's been absolutely amazing. I'm glad you're enjoying Grenier soup. Here, let's go make some more, shall we? There are going to be some people who've just arrived and no idea what Grenier soup is. Let's take these Grenier over to the soup bowl, and in they go. And let's grab some more. I think there's some more around here. Yep, here we are. And then soup bowl, in you go. My armor ran out so long ago, I have no idea. More Grenier.
Talking
Soup bowl.
YouTube Ken, when will this vid go up? Missed the start.
Aha.
Sorry.
Talking of YouTube Ken, when will this video go up? Sorry, start. I hadn't intended a video on a soup bowl Inaros, I'll be quite honest. As for a guide on Inaros, not in the next video. Because we've just had a video guide go out on another Warframe. I don't like doing them back to back. Also, Swizzle McCrizzle, thank you very much for once again subscribing on the channel here. Up onto that beautiful 2 months, you got yourself a bronze badge. Cheers. Alright, I've screwed around with this one enough. I'm going to dip now. But I'm going to dip in style. We're going to keep on spinning. Because it's a neat trick.
Critical life support levels.
Okay, might not be the neatest of tricks. Lotus is getting a little bit upset. Lotus, don't be upsetty. Have some spinny. Also, I don't know if this moves you faster or not, but it feels slightly faster because of the FOV, so I'm liking it. There we are.
Your will was greater. This is good.
Thoughts on ceramic dagger incarnate? It's powerful. See, it makes sense for the air to suddenly rush out now, because we literally just took the ship off of the gap in the ship there. Alright then. Hello, Kanak. I'd say welcome on in, but this is poor timing on that, because unfortunately, that is getting to be about where we have to wrap it up. As I'm saying, the other thing I saw with Sandstorm was a Mecha Set Kubro with it, but I can't test that because I have a Sahasha. Fair enough. I mean, Mecha Set will amplify things, but to what extent is hard to say. But that could be worth trying out. That could be worth trying. Considering that the electric setup there is already getting work done, I think a Mecha Set would actually work out there, wouldn't it? Yeah. That could actually do quite a bit of work, and in the process give you a bunch of armor. That could be neat. That could genuinely be neat, yeah. Anyway, as Sil's saying, it is time for you to grab your tickets if you've not already done so. Grab your tickets for the raffle. We're going to be doing the draw on that very shortly. Is it too dumb a question? Maybe. What was your actual question? Just wondering how you get to the numbers you get to. Is there a video on calculating Warframe damage or weapon stats? Do you just whip out a calculator and Excel sheet? What do you use to calculate damage statistics and things? I know there's online calculators, so Warframe has a flawed incomplete one. What do you use? It depends on the question. You asked quite a bit at once there, Warframe damage and weapon stats. But how often do I talk about Warframe, or rather weapon stats? How much do I talk about those in videos, really? Because you'll notice I don't actually cover it so much. For the same reasons you're pointing out, it needs a hell of a calculator. You get incomplete details from even Overframe, which is itself a calculator. It's best not to measure a weapon by its theoretical stats, but instead to measure it by its effectiveness, which is why I have that standard testing mission there of going over to the Steel Path Survival on the same Grineer tileset, getting the same kind of situation, because then I can feel the difference in the weapon. How good is it compared to this other weapon in the exact same situation? What does it need to succeed? What does it need to look amazing? Where is its quirk? What makes it stand out? And then from there I can take that to areas which feel like it might better fit its quirk. So say for example a weapon which is all about its toxin procs, I go, oh obviously it's not going to be too good against the Grineer. But what if I then take it against the Corpus? Or if there's a weapon that is, say, better at stealth, okay, so how does it make a spy mission feel different? Or a slow exterminate mission? How does it feel then? That's how you really feel for a weapon. The numbers only get you part way because this game is far too complicated for pure damage numbers. Warframe abilities are different because they have much more structured ways of applying, so you can more strictly calculate your output on them. Now, you snap an AoE ability that hits everything in line of sight, you kind of have a good idea what you're going to hit. Guns and melees don't do that. Are there any companions that can actually survive at level cap? Any of them if you give them the defenses to do it. You're welcome, Bilbo. Resource farming guide when? Depends on the resource, is just a guide. A single guide on every single resource will be a bad idea. I have, however, done guides to credits, endo, former, boosters, Kuva. I think I've covered void plumes even. So it depends on which resource you're looking to farm. If I've not done a video on it, there's a good chance it doesn't deserve a single video and wouldn't be that interesting to the wider viewer base. I'll let you in on a ugly secret. Silenci, we talked about this, Golden Instinct. Let you in on an ugly secret. Part of what determines what video I'm going to make next on YouTube is how many people watch it. I know, this might sound really weird, that a YouTube creator might focus on what people want to watch, but it's true. I know it sounds facetious, but it's genuinely part of the decision making. As much as it might be interesting to do a video on this little niche topic or this cool looking mod, if it's not really that broadly applicable, if I can't make something interesting enough about it, I won't put it out there. I just won't put it out there. So a guide on, say, farming alloy plate, how many people, if you saw that right now on your dashboard, you open up YouTube and a guide pops up, this is how you can get alloy plate. Would you care? Would you really care? Yeah. Glorfindel says yes. Excellent. So we have 2 people so far. 2 people interested. Only because it's me who posted it. Mm-hmm. Have your voice yes? Yes, clearly because I'm missing something. Actually, you know what? A couple of you make some really good points there. A couple of you make some really good points. Ladybug, because I posted it. And, what's it? Haptic, clearly because I'm missing something. Those are 2 very good and very important points. A lot of you watch my videos because they're my videos, or you expect from my videos that there's going to be something big and interesting to learn. So if I put out a video and it's not got something big and interesting to learn, now you've learned, oh wait, Ken doesn't always put out big interesting videos. That alloy plate one was just alloy plate, that wasn't actually that interesting. Oh. And then the next video comes out of a similar nature. It's Orican cells. I mean, I want them, but I remember the alloy plate. It's just going to say go to Saturn, isn't he? And down, and down, and down goes the interest. Because you guys here in Twitch chat, you are some of the most engaged people in the entirety of this community. If you have a badge next to your name from this channel, like a sub badge, a VIP badge, you are one of the most engaged people on this channel, which, I hate to say it, means you're a bad example of the kind of people who watch videos on YouTube. Not what I meant, Pillbug. You... We're engaged, when's the wedding? For goodness sake. For goodness sake. But, yeah. The larger portion of people who would see those videos would go, nah, I'm not that interested. And it falls away quickly. It really does. So, yeah. I've been doing this whole content creation thing long enough that I recognize there's a lot of topics in Warframe where some people may be interested, plenty of people are searching at one point or another, and as a video, it would be disastrous. It would be disastrous. Someone is saying, don't underestimate the wrath of the algorithm. Oh yeah, the algorithm is strong. The algorithm is strong and it does not take prisoners. It does not. If I go to my little studio of details right here, let me see. The video I put about Lavos' augment. You know, the Lavos main channel and an augment for Lavos, which is amazing. That should be a pretty big video, right? That's the kind of video which fits my channel to a T. That's the video everyone's about, right? 26,000 views. 26,000. Now how about something that used Lavos, but I mostly recommend against? The thing where I say, this isn't what you're looking for. It's not really that great. You know, farming boosters, Former, and Endo all in one by constantly opening and closing the Hepit mission with friends. 490,000 views. Now granted that came out a year ago, but I can tell you this Lavos video is not going to get there. Yeah. Curb saying there's 340 people watching the stream, maybe a 10 for those who are actually commenting. Ken has more than 100,000 YouTube subscribers. We're a very, very small selection of the viewer base. Yeah. Yeah. But I say a resource guide like that would work well as a short, but I don't know the statistics on how well shorts work for the effort input. Actually, I don't think it would work well as a short. If someone sees on their feed, here's how you can get alloy plate, most people are going to be like either, I already know, I play Warframe, thank you, or what the fuck is an alloy plate? Which ain't really great either. I've put some shorts out, and for the kind of content I make, it's not where it's at. Shorts require either lower effort or recuttable content. What are shorts? Shorts are vertical form videos on YouTube, think like TikTok style. They have to be no more than a minute long and very digestible. Very. What about as a part of a big where to find resources video? A big where to find resources video would be a bad idea, because then it's not as searchable. Someone will search where to find alloy plate, not where to find every resource in Warframe. If someone is looking for how do I best farm alloy plate and they see a 20-minute video covering all resources, most people are going, I'm not here for that. I just wanted to get some alloy plate. So it just doesn't work. The people that would want that video and the people that would watch the video aren't the same. It doesn't work. And so the whole channel suffers as a result, if I went that way. What about ranking the ease of grind of each helmet resource, maybe just for bile? See, that's one that would be more applicable. You're very right. That is one, in terms of resources, that would be more applicable. In terms of pretty much everyone has the experience of bile. Pretty much everyone deals with this thing. And you're like, how do I get more of this? How can I have plenty of it to spend? Now, for me, it's not really a problem. I just have resources, but I also play this game a lot. But it's like, is 350 Agristone a good one? Is it good to go with the Cryotic or the Isos? Where does one find Isos? Never mind that it says, but how much do I get? Yeah. That is one of the closest to it, yeah. Ghoulie helmet? Yeah, there's also that. There's also that. They follow you. Wherever you go, they are looking at you. Was unaware your helmet name was a Halo reference. Very nice. Yeah, I had that since it was introduced. You hate it, stop. Yeah. Crashing for Bile is simply bad. It is, yeah. So yeah, it wouldn't be the most dramatic of videos, but Bile farming, what's the best way? If I had some interesting revelations especially, that would be the most likely kind of resource video to get to the channel for just what generalized resources, because it has such a broad interest and a specific use. That's where it's at. That would be the focus for me there. Anyway. Yeah, we get the StarCraft reference there. Assuming that's a StarCraft 1 Odeon. Assuming it is. I mean, I would assume so on the basis of... Oh, not that one. There it is. I have an Abathur kit gun, yeah. I got a few Zerg-based items going around. Will I ever make a video on Duviri Decrees? Probably not, no. Duviri Decrees, 90% of them tell you what they do, and you just kind of pick them. And the remaining 10% doesn't really matter. There are some niche interactions you could work into. Those niche interactions you can't plan for because you don't get any guarantee you're going to get them. Which means it doesn't really matter. Pilbug saying the Peregrine Vault Guide was really helpful. I'm glad it was. If I could go back in time and make that video again at that time, knowing what I now know, I wouldn't have made that video. Because it took far too long, encountered far too many issues, was far greater in scope than it was ever intended, didn't actually get that much in terms of interest, and then D went and added yet more paragrams, which I now get comments constantly of, oh, I found one that's not on the list here, where is it? D, did we need more? So yeah. I don't regret that video. It was the right choice at the time, on the information I had. But I wouldn't make it again. Yeah. I wouldn't make it again. But I'm glad it helps you, Pilbug. How many people has it potentially helped? Let's have a quick look. Rim, 47,000 views. 47,000 views on that. For comparison, a video I put out just in March has about the same amount of views just for Melee Influence. Or how Trade Chat, the one, has 73,000. Or the Violet Archonshards, 100,000. Sarin, 80,000. You can see the comparison there. And those videos didn't take that long to make in comparison. No, not at all. This is the kind of thing that a content creator has to juggle. And that's where these Twitch streams come in. This is where, if you have the really small but specific questions that the wiki doesn't help with, that's where these Twitch streams come in. Also, is the way you pronounce capillaries a regional thing? You know there's supposed to be, like, capillaries we have in our bodies? Capillaries. C-A-P-I-L-L-A-R-I-E-S. Capillaries. Capillaries. Maybe you're just not British? Maybe you're not from part of England I'm from? I don't know how to answer that for you. What are Paragram things? They're the owls that you've could open the hutches for in Duviri. You pronounce it capillaries. Capillaries. Yeah, I can see it. But welcome to I am not American. Yeah. Capillaries. Yes. I know it's just putting the stress on the third syllable rather than the second, but ugh. Capillaries, not capillaries. Ugh. That does feel odd. That does feel odd to me. American Kenshini will be slightly worse. Yeah, y'all would hate that, wouldn't you? Only slightly though. You know, that almost sounds racist. Like, that's borderline racist now. I swear, that is. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yep, out comes the Yaldov. We're back to Yaldov. Right, that's a perfect time for us to get onto this plat raffle. I've been sat on it for a hot minute. Let's just do so now. If you've not already grabbed a ticket, tough. The stream's gone on long enough. So, let's do the draw then. Who is going to be the winner today of the Platinum giveaway? If you missed it, you can catch it on the next one, which will be on the Sunday stream. But today, the winner is... Curb EMB. Curb, also known as Corbin. Congratulations, you are the winner today. I'll be contacting you via Twitch DM shortly after this stream. Close it up to get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status. We'll get that plat sent on over to you. Congratulations, my dude there. Congratulations indeed. And to everyone else, please do not go anywhere just yet. We are not yet done because we're going to be raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community. And the question is, who do we want to raid today? Who do I want to raid? Let's see who is available, because of course, as already mentioned, we have got Neoness going around. We could go there. What other options? I like to keep our eyes open. Neoness is right at the top there. We've got someone who's not actually available at the moment. We've got a VTuber, and a VTuber, and a VTuber, and a VTuber. No camera. Double stream. No cam. Couple brokey looking ones. What even the hell is that thing? Okay. We're not going to that stream. Yeah, I think Neo is the right option today. I think Neo is the right option. So let me just make sure that Neo is not themselves AFK. There is a possibility. We don't want that to happen. Yep, he's there. That's perfect. Alrighty then. Let's bring Neo some good vibes. Absolutely. But can we have someone who is banned in Neo's channel? Not my problem. Not my problem. Alright then, we're heading on over to Neo. Thank you very much everyone for joining in today. I hope you have enjoyed today's stream. And if you're not already on the Discord, exclamation Discord to join in there. But that's all from me. I'll see you on Friday for... Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Bye-bye.